Yeah, that cost me a little over 6,000.
Woo!
Oh wow.
Wow.
So
Gonna be busy.
yeah,
Hey, you got to spoil.
the house needs it. I mean, it's like 10 years old.
Oh no, so you definitely need to upgrade it a bit.
You gotta spoil yourself sometimes.
Oh,
Mhm.
yes.
Definitely. And I mean, when we found out that we were, able to get the home loan, I was like, yes, please. This carpet's got to flip and gut.
Yep.
If you have any type of animal, no to carpet. Just
Mhm.
no. Just no.
A lot of
So,
vacuuming.
yeah.
Mhm.
No. So, yeah.
Hello, Lewis. Who is that?
Yeah, I saw that Earl was trying to get on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Earl here.
Maybe he's trying to get in, but he's having technical difficulties too.
Yeah, it could be.
Could be there's a lot of storms going on today.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
it's
Finally
like
lightened up
cloudy
here.
over here. Like
It was
Yeah.
cloudy, but now it's clearing up here.
Yeah, it's cold
it was
here.
foggy this morning. Oh my god, it was so foggy.
And it's like 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Over here it's like almost 60. It's like 55 here.
It's like, oh God, please, internet, don't go out over here.
Right? Like, literally that right now.
I mean,
And
it's
it's so
70
weird.
where I am.
70.
What? Oh my
It's
god.
70 degrees here. Yeah. In
Yeah.
Charlotte.
How many degrees is over there, sweetie?
70.
70.
Pass it over here, please.
Yeah, we're
Actually,
at.
no, I'm fine with it being 70 degrees.
Hold
Yeah.
on, what-
I don't like
And I'm further south than you are, Chair.
Huh?
I'm further south than you are. I'm like 15 minutes away from Wilmington.
Oh, are you?
Really?
I don't know why I thought you were in like the Northeast.
I thought you was.
Where are you?
She's in
I'm
North
in
Carolina.
Leland.
Where?
Leland, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're.
I'm originally from Jersey.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, good.
But yeah.
Lewis says it's 80 in New Jersey.
Say
Yeah.
what?
That don't.
No, I don't think that doesn't make sense.
Is NJ New Jersey?
Yeah, NJ's New
Yeah.
Jersey, yes.
Yeah.
No, 'cause
That's
here,
Jersey.
here it's what is it here? 45.
Well, I'm sure it'll probably be.
Yeah,
30
over here
degrees.
it's like 40. It's 42 where I'm at.
Yeah, North Carolina weather is very bipolar.
Yeah,
It is.
extremely.
I keep saying it all the time. This weather's bipolar. I mean, it's gonna be nice again. I think tomorrow, then Thursday and Friday is gonna go down to the 30s. I'm like,
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
so Christina, when you come down here, just prepare for either like
In other words, bring sweater and
35
t-shirt.
degrees, 35 degrees, or like, or
Yeah.
80 degrees.
I'm telling you, this weather is so weird. We gotta prepare. I have to prepare myself.
Oh, I know. It's like it gets warm for a couple days, and it gets cold, and it gets warm,
And
and
the
it
bad
gets
part
cold.
is that's how you get sick
Yes.
with this
Yeah.
with this weather change.
Mhm.
And in the morning, you're all like, "Oh my God."
Like in the
Mhm.
mornings, it gets cold, but then like when it comes during the day, it starts getting a little warmer. It's like, yo, I didn't like just rest up warm and then it's hot. I'm like, yo, I can't.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm fine with the cold weather. It's the hot weather I can't deal with.
Give me
Right.
spring weather, I'm good. The summer, I can't.
Spring is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Spring
July,
is fine.
Spring
July,
and
no.
fall, I'm good. Oh no, please, July, it was so hot.
Oh, hell no.
No.
That AC be on full blast.
Yeah. And then it just seems like the summers just keep going and going and going. And I'm like, we're almost at the end of October. Quit it.
Yeah, that tends to happen sometimes too. But the
Yeah.
worst place for the comes to summer is like the out west. There's like the West Coast. Oh my God! I remember the time when I first went to Las Vegas with my parents. It was over 100 degrees. It was dry heat.
So when I was in
I
Vegas,
thought dry heat was better.
It was so weird. It was like,
it's not- but the problem is it's not humid, so you don't sweat. Because I was
Yeah, I
there
know.
for my first anniversary. It was 116 degrees. And you would
What?
walk outside and you could feel your skin burn. You would not sweat because there was no humidity.
Right.
Right.
Oh my God, it was so disgusting. It was just so hot. I mean,
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Especially
And
when
dry.
especially when I was in New York, the summers there were ridiculous. It would be 95 degrees and it'll feel like 100
Right.
Yeah,
with humidity.
Lewis says he
yeah.
likes 95 and humid. You crazy, bro?
I can't. I'll
Oh,
be.
hell
I'll,
no.
no,
Humidity? No,
I can't. No.
no.
Unless
Nope.
there's a pool, then I'm good.
Right?
Exactly. That's the other thing I want to do in my backyard because my backyard is huge. I have plenty of room for a flippin' swimming pool.
Do
Hey,
it.
hubby.
Do it.
Hey, hubby, put it in.
Hmm. Oh, yeah.
We have an HOA pool, and I
Ooh.
love it. But still,
Oh, well, that's nice.
Hell yeah.
I want my own, so I don't have to share it with anyone.
Fortunately, we can't
Yeah,
have
I
a pool
know.
here because we live in town. So,
Well, that sucks.
yeah, it's nice when you need to go to places, but as far as doing anything outside, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only difference.
Don't like it. I miss the country.
Yeah, that's where we are. We're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which is sweet.
That's where I'm at. I'm mostly in a private gated community, but it's so nice and quiet. And the thing is that you have to drive, so that's where I'm
Yeah.
at now. But it's so peaceful. Unlike New York, it was so hectic and loud and crazy.
Where are you guys? Where is Leland? What is it close to?
It's in Brunswick County. So
Okay.
technically, where I'm at in Leland is I am in between Northwest and Wilmington. I'm at the very north end of
I've heard of that.
Leland.
I've heard of Leland, yeah.
I'm like 15 minutes from Regalwood.
Okay.
And god dang, can you smell some of that in the summer sometimes?
Oh my god.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, nothing like smelling the paper mill.
Oh
Jesus.
god, the paper mill! Oh my god, the paper mills are disgusting. Oh my
Yes.
god.
Yes.
Well, I used to drive through Lake Junaluska all the time on my way to Tennessee. Lake Junaluska is like the most disgusting smell.
Oh my god.
Paper mills.
For us, it's manure. It's manure.
Ugh.
No, I would actually rather smell a pig farm than paper.
Yes.
Yeah. Trust
Pig
me.
farms are actually better. So, how far is that from like Supply, North Carolina, or Bolivia, North Carolina? Because we're going to be out there for a dance competition in beginning
Supply
of April.
from Supply, it's like 30 minutes because my husband works down in Supply.
Well, at the beginning of April, we're going to be there for dance competition.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice. Hey.
come watch Josie.
Yeah, where at?
Odell Williamson.
Oh, at the community college.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know
Or-
exactly where that's at.
oh, there you go.
She's going to be
Oh,
dancing. She's going to be dancing her solo on Friday, and then her groups are on that Saturday.
Oh, that's gonna be sweet.
So you'll have to come watch her.
Poor
Yeah.
Lewis says he lives near a shit plant. I'm sorry, dude.
Lives near where?
A
Where?
shit plant.
A ship plane. Oh my god.
Oh,
I can't. No,
He's
I
like,
couldn't.
it stinks when they turn it on. I'm like, oh god, I feel for you.
Oh,
just imagine.
can you just move out? Can you just get out of there?
I would.
Yeah.
I'd just be like,
I would too. I wouldn't want to be near that. I wouldn't
like,
want to live near that.
I'm not paying my rent this month. I'm moving away.
Yeah, or you put this near my house. What the fuck? No one's gonna put my house up for sale. God knows if anybody's gonna buy it.
Right.
Damn, I'm stuck.
Yeah, you go to the plant and be like, I'm showing the house. Can you not turn it on for like 10 minutes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
can get a seller. And then when they leave, turn it on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They'd be
You
like,
lied to us when you sold us this house. You didn't tell us there was a shit factory. I forgot about that.
No, thank you. I don't want to be near that. No, I don't want to be smelling that every
It
day.
didn't come
we
to
want
mind.
we want a foreclosure immediately.
Yeah, really.
God.
Yeah. Quick sale.
Quick sale.
Oh God. But I'll
Oh
tell
my
you, I
goodness.
like being a homeowner because it gives you freedom. You're not living on top of people like you are in a
Mhm.
damn
That
apartment
is so
complex.
true.
Oh my God, yes.
But the upkeep is for the birds.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't have any maintenance to call.
No.
Oh,
You gotta do it
oh my
yourself.
God, and
And
especially
I'm like, fuck.
and especially when it comes to the neighbors above and below you. Oh my God, when I was in my old apartment, I would hear noises from the top and then like on the side. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
let me freaking sleep. Let me sleep. I don't need to hear that. And then and like
And
every
you
other
know damn
day,
well what they're doing at night. It's like,
yeah.
thanks.
And here's the thing: there was a neighbor that I had. She would blast the music until 3 or 4 in the morning.
Oh no.
Mm.
And mind you, she
Yeah,
had good music, but turn that shit off. We're trying to sleep.
Not when
exactly.
you gotta work the next day. No.
Yeah,
No.
Exactly. It's so annoying. And then like thank God I moved out. My family moved out, so
hmm
that's the
Oh,
best
for us,
thing.
yeah.
Yes.
July is the worst because of fireworks season. I hate July.
Yo, especially
No,
where I used to
Oh my
live,
God.
we used to hear them like thinking they were gunshots. And that's
yeah,
scary shit.
yeah.
Yeah. When it's 4th of July, okay, fine, whatever. But when it's
hmm
July 3rd or July 5th and July 6th,
Yes,
July
Oh
yes.
7th,
yes.
and they're
They
setting them up at 11 o'clock at night, and I've got a kid who's
Hmm.
trying to sleep.
Yeah, that's the
hmm
thing.
We go through that every year.
There are
Yeah.
times that we would do it before the 4th of July.
hmm
They
They
would
do
literally
it the
do
whole
like
month. They
a
do it
week,
the
Yeah.
whole
2 weeks
month.
out before that.
And you can't call the cops about it because by the
No.
time you get there, they're gone.
Right.
Like Lewis
They'll
says
dip.
And I'm like,
all night
oh
long.
shit.
No. And there are times where you hear it like overnight, and especially when you're trying to sleep. I'm like, it's not 4th of July. Stop with that shit already. I'm trying to sleep.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
I'm gonna go get Josie from the bus stop. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Go right ahead.
Okay. He says we bang on the ceiling with the broom, with the fireworks.
And the thing is that every time, like every other day where I was living at, there was always police cars and fire department in front of my building.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm.
Every freaking
I
time.
know exactly what you mean.
Oh my
hmm
God, it was so freaking bad. It was literally like almost every other day. And I
Yeah.
said, thank God I'm not there no more.
Yeah.
I love
And
New
I
York, don't get me
mean,
wrong, but it's gotten so bad to the point where I don't want to go back.
yeah.
Oh,
I
and
mean, we lived in the place for like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time we lived there, you would see cops like maybe a couple times a week.
No, yeah.
We had two pretty good sized fires
My
where
God.
you saw the flames coming out of the places. And
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
mm,
holy shit.
Oh,
The last one was somebody had left some kind of flammable crap on their little patio area in the front,
oh my
and
God.
it ignited. Boom! And you heard that shit. And I
Jesus
was like, what
Christ.
the fuck? And I went outside and I could just hear it. And it was across the street, well, the
Mhm.
roadway, the building that was
Yeah.
like right behind us, and I'm going,
Yeah, but there are also times like during the summertime there was people hanging out downstairs in front of the building. They were loud, screaming and
oh yeah,
blasting music. I'm like, ugh, I
Mhm.
literally had to hire my TV just so I could what do you call it, block
block
out
out
the
the noise.
noise.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
And especially in the summertime, I had to literally crank up my
Yeah.
AC not to hear them bitches outside. And there
Okay.
were times where, and what I hate the most is that they pull the fire alarm. You heard that bitch all the way to the room, from the
Mm.
room.
What the hell?
Exactly. It was crazy. It was really crazy.
One thing I love about wintertime, it's quiet.
Yeah.
That's why I love winter.
It's nice and quiet, peaceful, and
Yeah.
that's a good thing about it. But when it comes to like the summer, oh, forget it. Where I used to
Everybody's
live,
out of school.
where I used to live at, when it came for the summertime, oh my God, it was always
Yeah.
ruckus all
Yeah.
the time. And it's like, nah, I like the quiet, not the crazy.
We get 3 months out of the year.
Yeah. Well, when we first moved into the townhouse, we didn't know it, but we had a few of the local soccer players living right next door. Yeah. They threw a party one night, and I mean, it was loud. And I banged on the wall a couple times, and they told me to go screw myself.
Oh my God.
Well, the party got really out of hand. One dumbass fell out of the top story bedroom window.
Oh my God.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, you heard that crash, and I was
Also
like,
known
"What
as
the
Mexican.
Jesus
hell?"
Christ. What type of party was this? Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they were some wild, crazy twits.
Lewis
Of course,
says,
a lot of them were British.
AKA
but never mind.
Mexicans.
That is insane.
No,
That's
they
freaking
were
crazy.
Brits. They were Brits.
They're Brits.
What?
Oh my
Wow.
goodness.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you call the cops?
Oh no. Well, not us, but cops were called.
Oh, okay.
Oh, somebody did call him. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, cops were called. But I was just like, seriously? I'm like, why are we paying? Why are we paying for this shit?
No, you're not supposed to be dealing with that type of shit, especially with those neighbors, with that party, with those neighbors. Nope.
Yeah, no.
The British are coming.
Pretty much. I was like, oh fuck. And I'm thinking, yeah, was my Scotch Irish tempered? This ain't gonna do well.
No, it's not gonna do well because there were a few times.
That night, I really wanted to get a freaking baseball bat and go over there. And I'd be like, yeah, I may be small, but you have fucking pissed me off.
Don't piss off. How can I say this? Don't mess with the shorties because we are tiny but mighty. Don't mess. Don't.
Oh yeah.
Start throwing bottles and everything.
I won't even
throw everything.
I probably would throw stuff, and I probably would throw fists too if they were messing with me.
I'm trying to get some fucking sleep.
Yeah.
Oh God. There were a few times where I used to live at in my building that, like I told you about, that the woman had played music until 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. You could actually hear that in the bathroom too. And I really started banging on the walls, like, turn that shit off. It was so annoying. It was so freaking annoying.
Hi, Josie. How are you?
How are you doing? Good. I love it.
She had a good day at school, so she's good.
Oh, she just got out of school? Nice.
Yeah.
Aw.
What grade is she in?
3rd.
Yes.
Oh,
you go.
wow.
I'm a 5-year-old. People say I'm a 5-year-old because my size.
You're not. You don't look
Trust me, I understand, sweetheart.
Bryce said that I looked like a 5-year-old.
Well, Bryce can go hang. He's strong.
Yeah, he's a chicken.
Yeah.
Small.
Don't worry, I don't look my age either, so it's a godsend.
Did you
Me
watch
too. I don't
Monday
look my
Night Raw?
age either.
Yesterday.
Well, you grew over time. You didn't grow just yesterday.
Did she get to watch Raw last night?
She got to watch the first 15 minutes of it because we didn't get home until about 8:45, so we had to run it back. So she got to see.
Okay.
The only good part of the show.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, hey.
In other words, Josie, you didn't miss much, honey.
Technically, you didn't miss anything. You're good.
Yeah.
You can wait it up.
Boy. Because there isn't any good characters on there anymore.
Not since Drew left.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was usually our thing.
You hear her. I'm just saying. She does love Edge, but she was in bed by the time Edge was on there.
Oh,
Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah, you're.
Hey, Josie.
Yeah.
Looky there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I barely Connor, my neighbor. Drew is his favorite wrestler.
Who's
Connor?
Carter? Oh, I didn't know he watched wrestling.
He does.
Oh, wow.
We'll have to have them
Good.
over for the parties sometime then.
Oh, good. You got a new friend there. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, as our little neighbor. So
Dad, I do it a lot.
Wait a minute. Is this your boyfriend?
No, my boyfriend lives in Georgia.
her boyfriend lives in Georgia.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
his name is Matthew Walk.
Matthew.
Matthew.
Ooh,
Family's on
Matthew.
YouTube as well.
Yeah.
That's how we know them from doing Disney vlogs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He has a sister named Hannah. And one of the times when we were coming to check in, I was like, come on, Hannah. Yeah, her name's Hannah.
Yeah, her name's
Aw.
Oh,
All right, girl.
that's a-
Oh,
Here I go.
Aw.
See you later.
bye.
Bye.
Bye, boo.
Bye, beautiful. I
All
swear.
right, go take care of your stuff, have your snack, and do your homework.
She's just like mommy.
Oh, homework's boring.
Huh?
Homework's boring, Mom.
I know, but she's got to do it.
I know.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling. Homework is so much.
God, I love school, but I hated doing homework. It's, like,
Yeah.
I mean, why would I be doing schoolwork at home? I'm not doing homework at school. So,
Well, it depends.
It's funny because when I used to get home from school, I had like a little routine: come home, take a shower, eat my dinner, and then do homework before Raw or SmackDown goes on. I want to make sure my work is done so that way I can enjoy my entertainment.
well, she's got like an hour, like every night she has anywhere from an hour and a half to 2.5 hours of dance after, at night. So, and that's every night during the week. So
Wow.
we have to get everything done before
Yeah.
we go to dance, because she gets home so late. I'm a little worn out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't do it if she wasn't talented at it. I'd just be like, here, just take a couple of rec classes and you'll be fine. But she's actually really good at it. So
Yeah.
Well,
God bless
and
her.
if she enjoys it,
If she enjoys it, that's even better.
Yeah. Because I hate the parents that just push a kid into anything.
Oh, I hate
And they're
that.
like,
No. They
no, I'm
have
not
to.
a dance mom.
I
I'm not like
demand
that.
that you do that. You have to do something. I'm like, no, you don't.
And
Oh
I
my
really
God.
haven't seen that like in dance outside of the TV show Dance Moms.
Yeah.
But like
Oh,
where
yeah.
I've really seen it is soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know this one kid that Josie played soccer with us.
Oh,
Josie's
holy
actually really
shit.
good.
Drew just tweeted.
Oh,
What do you put? Hold that thought.
He coming on the show? No, just kidding.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Oh, wait, hold on. I see it. It's
I'm
about.
gonna, I'm gonna let you guys do it because I'm on my phone.
Oh,
And every time I do that,
it's a video about the Nashville Predators.
yeah, the commercial that they made.
Oh, he
that
took out
is
his
so
claymore.
cute.
Oh my god.
that is so cute.
That is freaking cute.
I love those two.
I can't. Drew and Seamus, I love them both. I can't.
I love those two.
I can't. Oh yes, and Drew with the sword. Oh yes, please.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yes, that's freaking sweet. I
Yeah,
can't.
so I'll have to watch that after I get off of here.
Anything,
You're a catfish.
I liked it. I saw that. It was good. I was like, what the heck?
What happened?
Yes, I know he loves her head. I know.
I hear a little voice.
I hear her.
Oh my God, Drew's such a dork. Oh my God.
With that sword, damn.
Just rub it in, guys, because I can't watch it yet.
I'm sorry. Watch her get off.
Yeah, she's got to wait till she gets off of here.
I'm sorry, but it was when you watch it, you're gonna love it.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm
That
sure.
shit- oh my god.
Because, I mean, when those two get together, it's over.
Oh yeah,
It's
absolutely. All
It's
the time. What?
Old bastard.
I mean, could you imagine just hanging out with those two? Shit.
We'll be having a blast if we hang out with them. What?
Oh, my God. That would be
No,
a trip.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm actually kind of jealous. They had a birthday thing at a bowling alley. Oh,
Oh
man.
my gosh. My husband was like, I would love to
I
be there
know.
because he's a pro bowler.
Yeah.
He would be like he's like I'd criticize their form. I'd be like, you need to do this, you need to do
Oh
that.
my god.
Uh-huh.
I can
I feel
imagine.
like,
No, I'm sorry. Drew with that balloon that says old bastard and look at Seamus's face.
yeah. But see, I could see Drew pulling that kind of shit. I really could. Because he seems like that kind of little smartass.
Well, in like interviews, it was like, yeah, when I first met Seamus, I was like 18 years old and he was 47.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
wait a minute, do your math, nitwit.
I'm sorry. When they go at it with each other, I can't. I just start laughing. I love
You
it.
can't.
One of
You
my
can't
favorite
help
things
but
is
laugh and smile because they make you so happy.
one of the funniest things was when Drew was doing this interview with this podcast. I think their locations are actually in Tennessee and Charlotte.
Mhm.
So the two hosts. So the guy who was in Nashville was talking about it was when Drew was getting ready to move to Nashville.
Hey, there he is.
And
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, Earl.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nothing new.
How are you guys?
We're
Good.
good.
How are you?
Bob.
I am exhausted. I've been up since 6 a.m. this morning.
Oh
6
wow.
a.m.
Hey.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, because I work from home, So,
Oh, okay. Understandable.
yeah, so because of the COVID, I'm working at home permanently. So,
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I work from 6 a.m. to 12 noon. So,
Oh, not bad.
so it's a big haul. Yeah.
oh my goodness.
It seems like your feed's better than it has been the past couple of times you've been on here when we were there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Huh?
but no, what I was saying was when Drew was giving this podcast interview. Oh, say hi, Snack Time. Say hi, Snack Time.
Oh,
Baby.
God.
Hey,
He's so
kitty.
cute. He's so cute.
Seriously. But yeah, he was doing this interview, and the guy in Tennessee all of a sudden had a little special guest, and it was Seamus.
Seamus. Yep, I saw that one.
Basically, it was his wife's mission to kind of just poke fun at Drew, and Drew's trying to talk about SummerSlam, and Seamus he grabbed a guitar and started singing, "Drew's a pain in my ass."
Yes, I saw that.
Like, oh my! I'm like,
It's worth the watch. Trust me.
Like I would love to see them just one time.
Oh my god. I
Because
can't.
they remind me a lot of like myself and like when my best friend and I hang out,
Uh-huh.
like constant this.
I can't. I swear those two together. Oh my god, they're hilarious.
so
Yeah.
Earl, what do you think of Raw last night?
Yes.
Do you mind if I pass?
You might,
Okay.
Oh, damn.
I guess you gotta like
I
it.
guess you didn't like.
I mean, the first hour was okay. I didn't mind the first hour, but the second and the last hour was just it just went on. It just went downhill from there. And I said to my friend last night on Twitter. I said, it is time that they retired that 24/7 championship.
Oh my God.
Those
Yes.
those segments are so uninspired and
No,
they're not
they are
entertaining
not.
anymore. It's
No.
just
Yeah,
it's
I
just
mean, it
brings.
was fun for a while.
But yeah,
was
it was fun for a while, but then all of a
Yeah.
sudden, it's almost like those worn out carpets. It's like you
Yes.
keep walking on a worn out carpet, and it keeps
Yeah.
having a hole in it, and everybody's telling you, no, you need a new carpet in your house,
Yeah. It's like
and you're
it's
not
done.
listening.
It's like it's done. It's worn out. It's worn out. It's
Yeah,
welcome.
yeah. Go to the store and get a new carpet because
Hey, at least I'm doing that.
yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just uninspired. It's not
uninspiring, yeah.
entertaining. Yeah, it's
It
not
was
entertaining.
it was fun enough when it was our truth getting it, but now
Yeah,
it's so
he was
stale.
hilarious.
And
Yeah.
they're making a mockery of the whole thing. It's
They are.
just
They need to get tired of that.
it,
Well,
They need to
it,
try that belt.
when it first started, when it was our truth and Drake Maverick,
Hmm.
Yeah,
they were kind of holding up Raw, and them and Drew were kind of and Dolph and them were kind of holding up Raw at that
yeah.
point for me because Raw was pretty terrible, except for those things. And then when they shifted it away from Drake Maverick with our truth with other people, that's kind of when it started going downhill. It was still funny with him, but
Yeah.
they did not have the same chemistry that what Drake Maverick had.
Yeah, exactly. With them two, they had great chemistry. It was hilarious. Then it was like it went.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just enough already, you know. And
Mhm.
Me
speaking of
too.
And speaking of Drake Maverick, you know, he's such a big hypocrite. You know, this guy, he gets fired 3 times from WWE. Now they rehired him to write Raw. I mean, this is
Yeah,
just absolutely ridiculous.
we actually
Mhm.
spoke
I
about
mean,
that earlier.
Yeah.
I actually think it's
yeah,
been. They said he's been there for what 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's actually gotten
Something like
some
that.
better since he's been there. So I mean,
I mean, if he,
you know, I just
I'm not gonna work for a company. I'm not gonna work for a company that fires me 3 times and humiliates me.
oh,
I'm
no.
Yeah,
sorry.
no. I agree.
I'm sorry. You
No,
gotta have some low self-esteem or something about you because
Yeah.
I
or
mean,
needs money.
common sense will tell you these
yep,
people are not for you and they're using you. And if you can't see the handwriting on the wall, then I can't help you.
Yeah,
right.
I mean,
exactly.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I
I
mean,
just saw that and I'm like, why they want to humiliate this sweet guy again?
Yeah, why the hell
Mhm.
they even brought up? Why the hell they even fired him the last 2, 3 times just to bring him back?
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I would never go back to a company that treat me like trash. I would never do that.
Nope.
No.
I have
Well,
pride,
well,
you
speaking,
know.
you had to say trash because it takes me back to the time where they got Mickey James's belongings and put it in a trash bag.
Oh my
I
God.
Mhm.
I saw that on Twitter, and then my brother told
Ooh.
me I should tweet that to Triple H and Stephanie and say, yeah, you should tweet that and tag them. And believe it or not, I think the day after they found out that Steph they didn't know anything about it. Whoever
Yeah.
did that got released and got fired for what they did to her.
Mhm.
Damn.
It was Corona, wasn't it?
Huh?
Yeah.
Corrado,
Mark
yeah.
Corona.
I never liked him. I always found him as a scumbag.
Yeah, he got well, like when I would see him like on Total Divas, he just came across really
He came
stupid.
across really shitty and scummy. He was like a bona fide scumbag.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just did when he did that, it proved my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my brother didn't.
Yeah,
My brother was
it's just yeah, I mean, it's just ridiculous. I mean, if somebody treats you like garbage, why do you want to go back and work for them? I'm like, that doesn't make any
exactly.
sense.
It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Mm-mm.
No.
I mean, it's like, you know, it's
Yeah.
like what Nia Jax said in her interview with Renee Paquette. She says that they called her to participate in the Royal Rumble, and she told them where to go. She told them right
Mhm.
off the phone where to go. She said they're a very hypocritical company. They're very hypocritical.
I don't blame her. Honestly, I don't blame her.
It's like,
Well,
What
please,
we
did
talked
happen to
about that.
Naya?
We
please
talked
fuck
about
me
that.
over some more, please.
Yeah.
What did happen to Naya?
Well, what happened is that she wanted to take time off. Okay, she
Right.
was
I
suffering
remember
from
that part.
okay, she was suffering from COVID, and the thing was, is
Yeah.
Vince McMahon came to her and says, "Listen, we can't keep putting you on the road. You need to get vaccinated." Nia Jax says, "I am not getting vaccinated. There's no way you're gonna pressure me. There's no way you're gonna pressure me into getting vaccinated." So
Mm-hmm.
one day she says that they had all the wrestlers come to Orlando, and she didn't know what was going on. And long and behold, when she came into the room, there was the doctor with the needle ready to vaccinate the people who weren't vaccinated. She got tricked into coming to the performance center, and she got angry. She got angry, and she told Bruce Pritchard and she told Vince McMahon where to go. And she said, "I'm out of here. I am done." So what happened was is they pulled her off of WWE TV. They send her home, and then the next day they send her an email. They're saying that Mr. Khan sent her an email saying that they were going to cut her. They were done with her, and that was the end of that. So
Wow.
she was, she was glad. She was glad to get released. She was glad to get away from that company because she said it became a toxic environment. She says that the new management that's there with Mr. Khan and them, they put a lot of pressure on the people backstage to do things that they don't want to do, and
Oh.
it's just, yeah, it's like, hey, if you don't do this for me, then I can make it tough for you, and it's my way or the highway, and I don't believe in that. I do not believe in that because that ruins the locker room. That ruins the atmosphere.
Yep.
It
Yeah.
ruins the whole experience. You're there to entertain the audience, but how are you going to entertain the audience when you're not well yourself?
Right.
Right. Yeah.
You're not there mentally.
I mean, I mean, when you're working with people and you do have a global pandemic going on, I can understand them requiring you to get vaccinated unless there's some sort of underlying medical reason why you can't have it.
Right.
Because you're working in a very close proximity with people, so I understand that. But to trick them into coming into the performance center and not telling them why,
Yeah, that's just dirty.
That's
very
messed up.
dirty.
That's
But,
messed
I
up.
mean, but we've talked about the other dirty things that they've done to people. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
that's hardly the first
That is really disgusting.
dirty thing. People
That
are
is
doing.
really disgusting.
I was very shocked when she said that. I was like, so they send you this phantom email. They send all these group text emails and stuff like that. They tell you to come to the performance center. You think you're coming for one thing. Here comes the doctor coming out with these needles, and they say, "Oh yes, today everyone's getting vaccinated." It's like, I was like, "Excuse me."
I'm just
I
like,
was like, I would be livid.
I mean, honestly, if there was to say you're gonna get vaccinated, you could at least get like a heads up. Not be tricked. Not get tricked into that. That's
Yeah, you
that's
shouldn't be
messed up.
tricked. No.
No.
I mean, that was, I thought that was the most absolutely heinous thing to do to someone. I mean, first of all, it's someone's body. First of
Right.
all, that's you can't tell somebody to get vaccinated. You can't force somebody to get vaccinated.
It's
I've
their
said that
choice.
never, it's their choice. If you want to get vaccinated, that's your personal business. That is
That's
not for me.
yes.
That is not for me to judge on you. That is not for me to do anything. If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's up to you. That's your choice. That
Right.
is your personal choice.
Exactly.
It's not anyone else's business about that and anything else. You want to get vaccinated, go ahead. If you don't, you don't. But to trick somebody into coming into a room thinking it's a meeting and it's not a meeting, it's a vaccination party. I'm not into this. I'm out of here.
That's messed up.
You're not sticking me with no needle. I'm out.
If they was to tell them ahead of time, then that would have been different. But for them to trick you into getting that, that's what's messed up. That's disgusting.
Very.
That's
Yeah, and
uncalled for.
then she was saying that Vince McMahon had a short list of people that he wanted to call to be in the Royal Rumble because he couldn't find enough people to be in the Royal Rumble, and the
Oh my
people turned him
goodness.
down. And the people turned him down
Do
for
you
it
wonder
because it's
why? Because all the good ones they released. Does that ring a bell? All those superstars that they released. Why do you think they didn't find anybody to go in the Royal Rumble match? Hello.
Oh wow.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. The whole thing right now is just ridiculous. How desperate this company is.
Yeah.
It just it just makes me sit back and I'm like, I can't believe I grew up with this company and what it has evolved in. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous.
It's so toxic, man.
I mean, I can't believe there's so
Man,
much
that's
pressure.
good.
Yeah, and the problem, and also, I mean, it's always been toxic now with the internet and and people being more willing to talk about their experiences, you're actually hearing about it,
Yeah.
not like 20, 30 years after it happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
with Nancy Argentino and Jimmy Snuka and the Ring Boy scandal, and which was, oh my god, that was horrible. But
Yeah.
That was horrible. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's
but
crazy.
but
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, it's just ridiculous. It's sad because it's like I grew up on the golden age of wrestling. I grew up with this company in the 80s and the 70s. That's
Yep.
when I grew up, and they never did anything like this. They never did
Never.
anything like this.
Never.
They used to respect their talent and everything. They used to respect their
Yeah.
women. They
Yeah.
used to respect their men. They used to respect. They don't respect anyone anymore. They don't even respect the fans. They don't respect
Mm-mm.
nothing.
and you know what?
It's like respect doesn't exist anymore.
And you know,
They
No.
respect this. That's what they respect.
yeah, exactly.
That's
And,
the
and
I mean,
and
it's
it's always
just.
fun. It's always funny when they have like a big round of cut. I always make the comment, it wouldn't surprise me if they cut Drew, and everyone's like, "No, Drew's safe." I'm like, yeah, he thought he was safe back in 2014 too, now didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
No one is safe in that company.
no one is safe.
Maybe
And then
Roman Reigns.
there was some
But then again, he was
insinuations.
going through a lot of shit then too.
Yeah, he was going through a lot.
Yeah, he was. He was.
But the way Nick Khan runs this business now,
I
it
know.
would not surprise me. Maybe Roman Reigns might be protected, but I don't think anyone else is safe from being cut from that company.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. They were also thinking that Nia Jax won't get cut because she's the Rock's cousin and all that because she's protected with that lineage.
Yes,
I can understand that.
That's. I guess that's not the case because they let her go.
Yep.
Yeah, they let her go because she
They
said
never thought
mentally
that
she
was
was.
Roman.
Yeah, she said mentally she was not ready to come back, and
She
she
was
said
supposed to.
that
She was going on a mental break, right?
she was going on a mental break. She just couldn't do it anymore. She just
Right.
couldn't do it. She
I
just
read
couldn't
about
do it.
that. Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
she was supposed to perform in the house show. They called her up on the phone and they said, "Listen, we need you to fly here." She told them no. She told them absolutely not. I'm not mentally ready for that environment. I'm not ready to come back. She said even when she taped Total Divas, they said the producers there they were horrible.
Mm.
They,
Oh my God.
they were like, they came to her, they were like, "Oh, you're not causing enough drama. You got to cause this. You got to cause." I mean, they were putting pressure on everybody, and it was not
Oh
necessary.
hell no. Oh
Yeah.
hell no. I wouldn't be in that type of environment.
It's,
Get out of here.
I mean, it's not necessary to put all that stress on people. I mean, it's
No.
like,
It's
take it
bad enough.
easy, relax.
It's bad enough that stress can kill you even then.
Yeah.
People don't understand, like people don't understand that when people are going through something mentally, you don't need to add to their stress. You don't need
Right,
to add to
exactly.
this. You don't know what the person's journey is like. So
Mhm.
don't pile on to the person's anguish here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like you
I
don't know
know
what they're
that.
going through.
And I know that
Exactly.
person.
That's the topic that needs to be discussed more, the mental health. Because
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what the person's going through. You don't know if they're suffering mentally, emotionally. You don't know if this person is bipolar, schizophrenic, PTSD. You don't know if they're drained out. This is the type of thing that we need to talk about more, mental health. And when you
Mm-hmm. Yep.
when you concentrate on your mental health, when you're emotionally feeling emotionally stressed out, you need to take care of yourself first.
Yes.
Yeah, you have to, because the thing
Everything
is
else
that
can be everything else can wait.
because no one is going to take care of you but you.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You gotta take care of yourself first. Your health comes
you
first more than
know
anything.
I don't like to be put under pressure. I don't like that because it doesn't make any sense. It
No, it
doesn't make any
doesn't.
sense.
No, it doesn't.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've gone through. You don't know what I've been. You just
Right.
don't sit there and pile on to something.
Right.
You don't until the person explodes, and then you trying to figure out, oh, why did he explode? Well, he exploded because you put pressure on the person.
Yeah, and
Right.
they can only take
And
so
you
much.
with all
Yeah,
this
It'll literally
dialogue about
it'll
mental health.
it'll literally
right,
take a toll on you. You'll be like a
right.
ticking time bomb. You'll be tick, 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 and then the
There,
boom hits. That's
there,
it.
yeah, yeah. When the
Mm.
person explodes, don't question it.
Don't question it.
Don't
Let them let
question
it.
it.
Let them
Don't
let
question it.
let it out, because if you let them let it out, then you can understand what they're going through.
True.
Don't
Yeah.
and do not criticize what you think you know, because you don't really know what that person's going through.
You don't know. And
Mm-mm,
that is another thing that has to be addressed. And it's
mm-hmm.
hard because when you're going through that mentally, you can't perform with people. You can't perform for the people because you're thinking about your own health. You're thinking about everything
Exactly.
else. And
Exactly.
and
Yes.
everything else comes secondary. You
Oh
know?
Hmm.
yes, absolutely, yes. Everything else can wait. Everything else can wait. When it comes to your mental health, you take care of yourself first.
And you
Get
would
you
think with all that dialogue that they've been having about mental health and all that,
excuse me.
that they would take a
Yeah.
step back and let these people focus on themselves. But
Nope.
they're obviously not doing that.
Nope.
No, they're
Hmm.
not. No, it's just
No.
like go out there, through the curtain, perform for me, and that's it. And then when I'm done with you like a tissue, then I just throw you away and then I just release you. And that's
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
That is
And
pe-
then pretty
I
soon there'll be nobody left.
that's what's really
Yeah.
freaking sad, because and here's the thing. What really pissed me off more was that Bray Wyatt or Wyndham Rotunda wanted to take a break because he was mourning the loss of Brody Lee. That was his friend.
It hit him
and
hard.
they did, and what they do is that even though he was trying to take a mental break because he was really trying to mourn the loss, they still let him go. What the fuck
Yeah.
was
I was
that?
wondering what happened to Bray.
That,
Yeah,
well,
my brother told me that he was mourning the loss of Brody Lee. He wanted to take a mental break to mourn the
Yeah.
loss, and
and
then they still let him go. What the
and they were claiming that he was a problem backstage.
Yeah. That's
That's
what I
bullshit.
had read, and I'm like,
I bet that's. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
I
that's.
don't I don't think he
wait
was
a minute.
difficult. I don't think he was
No,
difficult at all. I call BS on that. I don't think he
I
was
Yeah.
call it BS
difficult.
too.
I don't think he was difficult at all.
Yeah.
I don't think that there was a problem. The
He
problem
said, "Send
was
me my
is
King
that
Lee."
yeah,
Yeah.
the problem was is that when you ask for a day off, it's an issue. It's
Hmm.
It
always an
shouldn't be an
issue.
issue. It shouldn't be
No,
an
it
issue at
shouldn't be.
all.
No, I
No.
want you to fly here, there, everywhere. Give me some, give me this, give me that, give me that. But then when
Mm-mm.
you
Yeah.
want to take a break, when you want to take a break and say, I don't want to go to the next city. I want to rest. No, I
Exactly.
can't. You can't rest. No, no, you can't rest. You got to pack your bags and go and do what we ask.
Hmm.
It
They
is.
should know it's so exhausting. It's physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausting to work in
Mhm.
that type of environment.
Unless
It
you're a damn
is.
workhorse.
And I bet some of them miss the Thunderdome only having to go once a week.
All right.
Yeah.
It's just like CM Punk when he quit the WWE.
Hmm.
He told Vince, he said to Vince, I'm injured. I can't
Hmm.
do this anymore.
Yeah,
And Vince was like, I don't care about that. I don't care about your injuries. I don't care about that. I want you to go out there and perform in front of 1,500 people, 15,000, whatever. Go out there and do what you got to do. He walked away from it. He quit.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm glad he did,
He
because
quit.
Vince McMahon, he's a prick. He is a
Yep.
prick.
Oh yeah, he's a prick.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you see,
He,
Tony Khan is not like that. Tony Khan, if you have an issue with yourself, he gives you the time off. He gives you whatever you need to
Yes,
get
Hmm.
away from the ring.
yeah, to get yourself together and
And
just
that's a good thing.
decompress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it with Moxley. Look, Moxley was suffering from alcoholism and all that. I didn't know
Yep.
all of that.
Yeah,
I
we
had
didn't know all
no
that
idea he
either.
was suffering. I had no idea he was suffering from that. But he gave him time off. He gave him 5 months
Yeah, he gave him the right time off to help him get overcome his
to get the help.
alcoholism, and he looks
Hmm.
healthy. He looks great.
Yeah, he looked fantastic.
He lost all
Yes,
that weight.
he looks much
Yeah.
better now
he
than what
looks
he
healthy.
did.
He looks healthy.
Yes, he looks healthy now
Yes.
than what he did like 5 months before.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
So
what
I
I
But
like about AEW. That's what I
Hmm.
like about them. They
look at
respect
Kenny.
their talents.
How much time they're giving him off? He's like, whenever
Yeah.
you want to come back, you can come back.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll come back
He
when he's ready.
Mhm.
Well, he's gonna have surgery soon, Kenny Omega. He needs a lot of surgeries. He needs
Oh,
hernia. He needs hernia. He needs double knees. He needs shoulder. He needs
ooh,
he needs a lot of things. He needs a lot of
ooh.
things.
Mhm.
He's
The
Oh
going.
my
doctors are
God.
gonna
He
the,
needs
the
to get
doctors are gonna have yeah the doctors are gonna have fun cutting him open. Yeah.
He's gonna
Oh my goodness.
they're gonna have a field day with him. Oh my God.
Yes, Lord.
imagine the
Yes.
bills for that either. Oh my
Oh, jeez. I don't even want to
Oof.
know that.
Oh my God.
God.
Because wrestlers are not insured, so they got to pay that out of
No.
pocket.
Yeah, they have to pay
Oh.
that. They have to pay the medical bills out of pocket. That's just that'll cost you arms, legs, everything.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you got to go in there for double knee surgery, oh, that must be like 35 grand. And then if you got to get the hernia, that's another maybe 40 grand. And then the shoulder, that's yeah, that bill is gonna be
That
you're
could
gonna
be
see
your
a bill that
whole.
you've never seen
That could
before.
be.
Yeah.
That could be
It
the whole quarter
that
earnings.
takes me back to when
Yeah.
Yeah.
Undertaker needs to have all these surgeries. I mean, looking back at his career, he had so much damage to his body, his face, his leg, his arm, his hips. Oh my God,
Mhm.
I couldn't.
I remember when I had my C-section with Josie. I couldn't believe how much money that cost, and that was even with insurance. So I
Mm.
can't even imagine not being
Oof.
insured.
Oh,
How much?
no.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
it took me 5 years to pay that off,
Wow.
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 Jeez.
and
With
Shit.
that's being
insurance.
insured. That was with
Oh
insurance.
my God.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What
Jesus
the?
Can
Christ.
you imagine if you didn't have insurance?
Oh my
How
God.
much that would have
Oh my
been?
God. Oh
I
my
You
can't.
would
God.
have been paying that through 80,
Well,
through you
well,
till you're 80.
well. Actually, before that, so my husband and I
Oof.
actually had to do IVF in order to have her, and
Oh.
that's not
Oh, and
covered.
that ain't cheap.
Like
Oh, that's not cheap.
the medicines or the the stuff that you have to the injections and stuff that you
We
have to
know
get
what you're talking about.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are not covered. The
Oof.
The
medicine
what?
itself is not covered. The
Wow.
procedures, the two procedures are somewhat covered, but not really, not a whole
Right.
lot.
Right.
Wow.
So that was also part of what we were still paying. We were still paying for that with that. Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah.
Oof. Oh my God.
They
It was insane.
they get expensive. Oh my
They,
goodness.
it is
Why do you think I haven't
expensive.
had another one? Why do you think Josie's an only child? I can't afford it.
You couldn't
I
put
don't
yourself
blame you.
through that again.
I don't blame you.
I couldn't do it because it took a lot out. It took a toll on me on my body
Yeah.
because because I mean it's messing with your hormones, it's
Mhm.
messes with your body chemistry,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just I mean it pretty much. I couldn't undergo that kind of stress on my
No.
body.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Oh my
Or
No.
on my
goodness.
pocketbook.
I don't blame you. That's insane.
Yeah, that's totally nuts.
But
That's
yeah, I can't
insane.
imagine how much he's going to have to pay for all that surgery and not have medical insurance.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I couldn't. Mm-mm.
Well,
I mean,
unless
I
he's
know
able
they
to
make
sign
the
up.
big bucks, but still,
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
No, it's a lot when you get all the surgeries and then you don't have insurance. That can kill you.
Oof.
Or
Sometimes
get
they
it.
do give you a break if you don't have insurance,
Oh, if you get on one of those programs, yeah.
but you have to ask about the program and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've done that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just now have health insurance because my husband found me health insurance through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and you will never guess how much we're paying a month.
Couple hundred.
$97.
Really?
Wow.
$97.
That's
And
what
it's
I'm
a
paying.
good plan.
Wow.
Wow,
Yeah.
Blue
that's
Cross
good.
Blue Shield is really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
hmm I have Emblem Health,
I
so
do too. I do too. My dad and
yeah.
I have a health.
I got it through the New York marketplace. here in New York because
Yeah, I
the
was gonna
thing
say
is
that
that
might be a New York one.
yeah, yeah, because the thing is that where I work, they don't offer medical insurance. So
Oh, that sucks.
therefore, I said,
A
well,
lot,
I was
a
like,
lot
well,
of people
therefore, I'm
stuff.
gonna have to. Yeah. So
Yeah,
I went there and I said, well, I got to get insured because God forbid something happens to me. I need to be covered
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
So in case something goes wrong, some snafu goes wrong, and I got to go into emergency room, I want to make
yeah.
sure I'm covered.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Make sure you're covered.
so that is the only reason why I got it, and I, I said good. I'm glad I'm in medically insured because
You
without
don't want to be
insurance,
paying
man,
those. Oh man,
Yeah.
no,
Wow.
no,
Wow.
no,
And besides,
prescription.
we're not
no,
getting any younger.
No.
no, no.
So yeah.
Prescriptions even without insurance, forget it.
Oh
Oh my
yeah, and
Oh
God.
I'm on
yeah, oh
5.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm on
Name
5.
brand and generic.
Oh
Yeah.
hell no.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen some that are like $500 for a 1 month supply. I'm just like, ooh.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh
Nope.
yeah. Yeah, one of the medications they wanted to put me on for my neurological condition for my tremors. If I didn't get free samples, I was looking at $1,000 a month.
Oh my
Oof. Oh
You
my
better
God.
Wow.
believe
Whew.
I dropped that med
I'm
quick. I was like, no, I will deal with my neurological problem as I can, but I am not gonna pay that much.
See,
That is insane. That is
So I
insane.
mean,
That's
it's a
insane.
daily battle, but I
see,
deal with it.
see, I actually used to work in health insurance in the legal department. I was an administrative assistant in the legal department for a major medical insurance company.
So was my sister.
Oh
So
yeah,
I know all that bullshit.
yeah. I mean, I'm seeing all the stuff that goes on in between the providers and the
Yep.
insurance and
Hmm.
subscribers. It's just
It is so dirty.
it'll
Hmm.
it's like a kick in the teeth. It really is.
They'll
Mhm.
rob you. They'll basically rob you of all your money.
It is
Yeah.
so sad.
It's a
It
crook.
is
It's
so
a
sad.
racket.
It's so
Mhm. It
sad.
is. It is.
And they wonder why people want to, or try to skirt the system. It's like, well,
Yeah.
you kind of
Because you're screwing me.
Yeah, you're screwing me.
It's
You're screwing me
either
on
Yeah.
the
You're
care I
charging
need.
me for things that I didn't get done,
Yep,
that I'm questioning on my damn bill.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
I'm like,
it's either
It's freaking insane. It's so insane and
it's either
expensive. And,
eat good or get your medication.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm. I remember.
I two evils.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh goody, here's the mail. My Drew book should be in the mail.
yes.
That was my Valentine's present from the hubby, was an autographed copy.
Yay! I got
I
that.
got that. I got
that's
that too. I
nice.
got that cup of coffee too.
Hold on.
I hate
Enjoy
the mail.
it.
It's usually bills for me.
No, actually, when
I give him the bills. I take the fun stuff.
No, you take
You
the
know.
fun
I like
stuff.
that.
That's how we work it out. So yeah.
I love it.
Oh, there you go.
I love it.
Yeah.
Go girl.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait a minute. Is that the hard copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's a signed copy.
Signed copy. Yep.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
I was supposed to get it the day that it came out. But
Yeah.
But it came, I want to say like a week later, but I went ahead and got the audio book. And when I got the hard copy book, I was listening to it and reading along with it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've already listened to it, and that was really an experience that I liked
Yep.
because it was
Oh,
so
look at that.
personal.
Yep, she got it.
Woo-hoo.
It got the
And-
certificate of authenticity.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, when he read the chapter about his mom,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I fucking bawled.
I
I
cried.
cry. I cry every time. I cry every time when I
I
listen to
lost my
that.
mom to the same form of cancer that
Yeah.
she passed away from.
Not
So
only that, but the
Sorry to
fact
hear
that
that.
she lived with a neurological condition for so long,
Yeah.
I was like,
no,
whoa, okay, I'm fine.
that woman was the goat.
I can get
I
through this.
mean,
Goat.
I
Mm.
every time I listen
You
to that
know.
chapter, I cry. I cry. I can't.
Yeah.
Every time I
I
listen to
lost.
it,
It's just the sound of his voice.
yes,
Yeah.
It's
yes. Oh my
Chapter.
god!
heartbreaking to
It
hear
literally
him
just
talk about it.
I can't. It
Yeah.
makes me want to cry. Every time I listen to his voice, I my tears come out. I can't. I
Because I
can't.
mean,
Because you could tell he
the rest
was.
of the book up to that chapter was fine, and then, like I said, just that hint in his voice twisted it, and I was like, "Oh fuck, I'm
Yeah,
not gonna get through this."
and then and at the same time he was going through
Mhm.
that whole thing with the person who shall not be named and
Yes.
and all this stuff, and he didn't talk about it backstage, but obviously
And I'm like,
it wouldn't have helped him to talk to the office because they said you should
Yeah.
always talk to the office. Obviously, it wouldn't have helped because Nia Jax did. Other people have done that and they've let them go.
yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
He kept
Him
everything quiet. He didn't tell anybody. He kept it quiet. He kept it to himself.
I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
like Sheamus and Stu, like those that were really, really, really close to
oh
him.
yeah,
they
the
were
ones
close
that
to
he
her,
was very close to, yes.
but because they were also close to her too, because
Mhm.
they basically crashed on her couch a lot because when back in the day when they were all wrestling together in Scotland and Ireland and
Yeah.
England. But
Mhm.
listening to him talk about all that and knowing that there was someone backstage that was basically trying to say that he was difficult to work with. He never said who it was. I have
Mhm.
a theory, but and knowing how that certain person tried to sabotage his career and that one who shall not be named tried to sabotage his career. Oh my God.
Mhm.
Every time I hear about that, it makes me mad. I want to
It makes me angry.
makes me want to go find that person and just beat the shit out of her.
Yes.
Mhm.
Can you get that on film?
Oh,
I'll be the videographer.
yes.
Kristen will take the video and
videographer.
Sherry and I will take turns.
I'll even write the script.
Well, she'll write the script. There you go.
I just
Make sure that you put it on my Instagram account and my
Oh yeah.
Twitter
Okay.
account. I want to see it.
I'll be proud of that. I'll be proud of
Yeah.
that one.
Oh yeah, we'll be proud of
Oh,
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kristen to take the video and Cherry and I will take turns.
But knowing,
Yeah.
but knowing he was going through all of that, and knowing that his mom was sick, and that's the person, and the other person backstage was still doing that crap to him. Oh my God, it just makes me angry.
Yeah. When that person should have stood by side. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Don't get me started on that.
But yeah, oh my God, yeah. When he got to that chapter about and it really kind of happened a lot with my mom because she went into remission in December. She basically battled it all year long. She went into remission in December and came back in January, and she was gone by June.
Oh my god.
So when he was talking about how things happened so fast, because he went to the airport and then he went to the hospital and literally it was
Oh my God.
talking about hours.
Yeah.
I totally connect. I mean, I already loved him, but I connected with him on another level because I lived the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It's so heartbreaking. I mean,
When
thank
you
God
live
I
the
have my
same thing, it's
yeah,
totally
yeah.
different.
Yes, thank God I have my mother here with me, but I don't know what I would do. I would probably go insane like
Well,
he did because
I
it's
will.
so hard.
Yeah, it's hard, because I remember when I lost my aunt to cancer. It was very sudden. It was very quick. and it was just pretty shocking. And the
Sorry to
thing
hear
is
that.
that yeah, and it was pretty shocking. She went to Cleveland to visit my uncle, and the cancer just took her. It was, and I couldn't get to Cleveland because of the pandemic, and I was angry because I didn't
That
get
had
to say
to
goodbye to
torn
her.
your heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just was terrible. It
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
really bad.
The other
Yeah.
thing that I feel very bad about during the pandemic were the family members and loved ones that died.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No one
The
was there.
Yes.
families couldn't bury him.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
Yeah.
couldn't say goodbye.
that was horrible. Oh my
That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
so
I
bad.
mean,
Yeah.
that breaks my heart. It
Yeah,
does.
Yeah.
because unfortunately, my
Mhm.
boyfriend lost his godmother and
Oh,
and the son due to COVID last
yeah,
year.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
Yeah, I felt so bad for him. I was like, oh my god, I'm so
And
sorry.
they
yeah. I
wouldn't
mean,
they
that had
wouldn't
to have
let you
been bad.
travel or nothing.
Yeah.
It's so horrible, man. I
It's just
can't.
like it's just like my best friend, she lost both her parents during the
Oh,
pandemic.
oh my god.
And the thing is that I felt bad for her because her mother was in the nursing home and she couldn't visit her in New Jersey because of the pandemic. She was not allowed. So
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that woman suffered alone
Oh
I
my
know.
in the
god.
nursing home, and it was
Yeah,
so, I lost it. I
Oh,
yeah.
mean, it was just so
I mean,
heartbreaking because
it
I
I'm
was
is.
like,
to lose it right
damn.
now. Just talking
It's
about it, I'm
it,
like,
I can't. It kills me. It kills me so much. I can't.
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's sad.
Yeah. That's
Heartbreaking.
Tough.
one thing I hated about that.
Yeah, there was so many things I hate about that
It
freaking
was
film.
Yeah.
oh,
yeah,
just the thought of it. It hurts.
yep,
Yeah.
I remember there was an interview actually recently where Drew said that people were thanking him when they met him for helping them through the pandemic. People
Yes,
who left
I read that.
Yeah.
I read
yeah.
that.
I did
I read
too.
that.
and I'm just like, yeah, dude, you totally did.
Yeah, he did.
Yes, he did.
Totally
He
did.
carried
Yes, my brother and
everything.
I say the same thing. He really did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, he carried everything on his
Hmm.
shoulders.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I say that, my brother and I
Yeah.
talked about this topic not too long ago, and he said I told him that he needs to be recognized and praised for carrying the
Hmm.
company on his back during the pandemic. And he
And you
told
know
me,
they're not gonna do it.
and he told me that he's not getting that type of praise, and he's
Yeah.
pissed off about that.
No, he's not.
And I agree. And I agree. He should get more praise and recognized for doing that for us.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
Titus barely gets any praise for what he does.
Oh,
Oh,
and
I
he's
know.
Oh my God, he's
Titus
doing
does
so
a
much
shitload.
humanitarian work that I love
Yeah.
it. I love it
Mhm.
all the time. Any type of humanitarian work, oh, that's it. He won
Hmm.
my heart. He's won my heart completely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they hardly display that on WWE TV. I don't
That's
I
No,
don't see them
it's
I
so
don't
bad.
see them
I hate when they don't do
recognizing.
that.
it's
I,
very,
I
very rare when they do.
Mhm.
Very, very rare. Like
yeah.
Very
maybe
rare.
once
Or
in
it's
a
like a
while.
little blurb. Like I think they
Mhm.
mentioned something about when they were in Jeddah doing the thing with Be a Star in Special Olympics, but it was very
Yes.
brief. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
Very
it's
I
very
brief.
brief.
love the fact that Drew is with the Special Olympics.
oh
Yes.
god,
To me, that's very special
Yes.
because I do have also physical difficulties. So that's dear to my heart. I
Oh
mean, I've
yes.
had it ever since I was born.
When
You
he was
know.
made named champion ambassador for the Special Olympics, oh my God, my
Yeah,
heart
I
filled
was
with
just like,
happiness.
yeah, he.
I actually commented it couldn't have happened to a better person.
Oh, absolutely.
Mhm.
I
I
said,
agree. I
I mean,
agree.
it made my heart just go. Boom.
I believe it. I
I've
believe
said,
it.
I've said
Yeah.
many times he deserves any and all good things.
He deserves anything and everything good coming to him.
Yeah.
Every single
Yeah.
thing.
I
I think
agree.
if I ever saw him, I would probably just say one word: "Thank you,"
Mhm.
and just
Hmm.
walk
I would
off
say the same thing.
into
I
the
would say the same
sunset.
thing.
I I think everybody should be recognized for
Sure.
their hard efforts.
Absolutely,
When
absolutely,
it comes
yes.
to Special Olympics
Yeah.
or be a star or be a bully or
Mhm.
anything, because those things are not easy to organize. You
No.
Mm-hmm,
know, some
mm-hmm.
people do not believe in your mission statement. Some people don't want to be there. Some people, but to
Mhm.
get everybody in the room, it's not an
Yeah.
easy thing to do.
No,
No,
it's
it's
And
not.
not.
I
No.
think
It's not.
I think that you should be recognized for it because it's a
Yeah.
hard thing to do.
I'm an
To
Absolutely.
Yeah.
make the
executive
phone
assistant, so
calls,
I know all about that. I know all about having to organize stuff like that. I'm an
Yeah.
executive assistant, so I know all about having to do those inner workings and making sure
Mhm.
things go off like that. And
Yeah.
it
yeah, I
depends
mean
on the
those campaign efforts are not easy to do
no,
No.
because
No,
you
they're
have to
not.
do a lot of you got to do a lot of grassroots, you got to do a
Oh
lot of
yeah.
phone calls, you got to do mass
You gotta do the
emails, you
footwork
got to do
and all
mass
that.
To
tests,
the,
you
oh
got to
yeah,
call the person the night before and make sure that they're going to show up so that you don't look embarrassed.
Yeah.
right.
It's a
Mhm.
lot of things to do behind the
absolutely,
scenes. It's
Yeah.
absolutely.
not an easy thing to do. It's not like you
Mhm.
can wake up one morning and say, "Oh yes, I'm gonna have Christina come. I'm gonna have this woman come." I mean, how do I know that she's not available? How do I
Right,
know? How do
right,
I know that you're not doing something else? How do I know? How
right.
logistically can I put people together? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I can't snap my fingers and everybody magically appears. It doesn't work
Right.
that
Exactly.
way.
Doesn't work that way, unfortunately.
No, it don't work that way.
Right.
So
Doesn't.
I think when you put in that effort, you should be recognized for it.
Mhm.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Especially when you have all these things to do. Basically, like especially like when you're going to work or going to school, everything you put in all the hard work and effort into something, you should get
Mhm.
recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Josie wants to show you guys what so she has to do reading
Okay.
every
Okay.
day
Aw.
Thirty
for
minutes.
30 minutes at school. So she wants to show you
Uh-huh.
what she's reading.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Cool. No.
Oh.
Oh.
Really?
Yes,
Gee,
Oh.
yes.
Josie, I would have never known.
Yo, Josie.
She got her
I
own
would have
copy of
never
scripture.
known,
There you
Josie.
go.
Hey,
You
sweetie
go,
pie.
girl.
Good
Love
choice.
you, sweetie.
Good
Excellent
choice.
choice,
Mama
baby.
trained me so
Excellent
well.
choice.
She just said, "Mommy's trained me so well."
Yeah, I noticed. You should be proud of mommy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I will be too.
Thumbs up to mommy.
She is the cutest
she's such
little
a
booger.
smarty pants.
I tell you,
Oh yes.
she's
She,
adorable.
She's
she is.
gorgeous.
She's
Mhm.
fabulous.
Yeah.
man, I
She
can't wait
reminds
for
me of. She
go back
reminds me
and
of
watch
that
that
little.
SmackDown. Go back and watch it
Yeah.
SmackDown from November 26th. You will see her all over it, and she is like in hog heaven, just like having the time of her life. It is the best thing I've
I
ever
love
seen.
seeing the little kids have fun at wrestling. It's
Yes,
just
Mhm.
Oh
absolutely
no.
entertaining.
It's
I mean,
entertaining.
the last time I went to an AEW show, there was a little girl. I think she was 12, and MJF was in the ring, and she just going off. She said, "You are nasty. You are terrible. Get out of here. We need another match. Get out of here." she
I
was
mean she's not wrong.
Can I meet her,
Oh,
please? I want to meet her and tell her thank you.
Mhm.
She was
She's not wrong.
absolutely funny. I was just dying in my
I
seat.
can't.
I was melting in my seat. It was so entertaining.
These
It
kids will
was
make the
so
show
fun.
more entertaining.
Yeah,
I
I
Yeah,
love it.
swear. I
yeah,
love it.
'cause
I love
you
it.
never know
She
what's
was
going to come
so
out of
cool.
their mouths.
No,
Mhm.
you just know. You
Yep.
know.
Right.
You didn't
Yep.
know. No,
I
and
feel
she was
true.
and she was pointing. She was pointing. She was like, "Get out of here, MJF! Get out of here! We need another match! Get out of here! Get out of here! Go on! The
I
segment is over. Get out!"
You're a chicken. You're a chicken. You're not fixing that.
you stayed on the
Oh
microphone.
man, I love it. I love it. I
Oh, I
love it.
love
I
that.
said,
It's
give this
Whack,
kid.
whack,
crazy.
I said, give
whack,
this.
whack.
I just put that out of my head.
I
I
swear, give
will
these kids a
I
job.
will forever love Josie for her saying that.
Oh,
That's
Josie, that's
wonderful.
funny.
I mean, it's not
Give these
because she
kids a
was
job.
wrong.
No, no.
Telling Corbin, "You're a chicken. You're a chicken."
Oh, geez, that's fun.
I freaking love it. I freaking love
I
it.
love it. I lost it. I thought it was the most entertaining thing I've ever seen in a wrestling show. I swear.
Yep,
Yeah.
I believe
Oh
it.
my gosh. I I love it. I love the
Oh,
kids. They're just absolutely entertaining. They're just
Yes, they
so
are.
creative. And they're so
and
creative
yeah,
with
They're
it.
very
Yeah.
creative.
They're so
That's what's so good about it.
passionate with it. And they're so passionate with it too.
That's what we
They're
all
so
need. We need
innocent.
that.
It's that
Yeah.
innocence that
that
Yeah.
that
Yes. The
11-year-old with
innocence.
MJF. Oh my
Yes.
goodness,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was funny.
you're wearing
That
my
was
scarf. You stink.
Yeah.
Are you aware that your
Oh.
parents made a mistake? He's like, oh really?
That was so funny. Oh my
That was
Oh, that
hilarious.
was funny.
That was so funny.
Oh my god, that was funny.
What is your name? I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
He's like,
I know, kind of dropping the f bombs at a 10-year-old though. I was just like, oh my god.
mhm.
I can't
I'm
believe
like,
that.
yeah. Yeah, some of them little kids, they got that spicy language. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, they do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
wonder
they
I
do.
was like, I
Yeah,
was
they do.
like, I was like, ooh, did you get that from mommy or daddy?
Yeah. Because I tell you,
So,
when I was growing
so
up, if
Josie's
we
first
ever
live
pulled
show
that
was
shit, we would have been dead.
Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
Josie's first
yeah.
ever interaction like at a ring was like with a wrestler was with Lance Archer. He came to a PWX show not long after we went to that house show in Charlotte.
Yeah.
PWX. So Lance Archer came to face JD Drake, and Josie just started screaming at him, and then Lance Archer just like stared at her and told her to shut up, and she was just like this, and I'm like, Josie, get on him, come on, and she
Yeah,
just
exactly.
goes. And so when things come out, I'm like, Josie, you gotta give it right back to him, come on. And then the whole Corbin and Madcap thing happened. And I'm like, okay, now you know.
Yeah.
Now you
I can't
That's
get that.
funny.
I can't get her to say it. You tell bad jokes. That is so funny.
I can't. It was her voice too. She was just screaming her head off.
joke.
I can't.
Oh my
That
god.
is golden. I love
I
it.
love it.
Mhm.
It's I tell you something. If that was ever videotaped, I would play it over and over again till I couldn't play
I
it
got it.
anymore.
She
They
has
have
it.
Oh,
it.
I have
oh,
it. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
has
I'll
it.
tweet it.
oh!
I'll
You
tweet
have
it.
to send that to me. You have to send that to me because I love it. I
I'll
love
tweet
it.
both of them to you. And then
Yeah.
there's her interaction with Angel Garza too. Because when Drew swung the sword, he went running out of the ring.
Yeah.
He was
Oh
getting ready to
gosh.
jump over the barricade, and he didn't see her there at first, and then he was like, oh, oh, oh. I've got pictures of him kind of like, whoa, whoa. And then my husband got a video because she started screaming because Drew was still in the ring doing his thing with Adam
Yeah.
Pearce. And she was like, I'm going to tell Drew on you. He just kept saying it. And he looked at her and he was like, you tell Drew on me? And then
Yeah.
he
Did
looked
he
at
do
Drew in
that?
the ring, and he looked at Drew in the ring and went,
Yeah, I saw that.
that was another thing. That was another tweet that got me, like, because I tweeted that video to Angel Garza, and he liked it and retweeted it. And I think I got like 500 likes on that one.
Oh,
Nice.
Jesus.
I love it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I love the kids. I really do when they
Oh,
come
yeah.
to the wrestling. They are
Oh
just
yeah, they make it
absolutely entertaining.
entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They're more entertaining than the adults. They
Right?
are
Mhm.
because they
Exactly.
steal the
Right?
show. They steal the
Yep.
show.
Mhm.
And
Oh
you
yeah,
just
they
see
do.
them. They're so passionate about it. They'll scream all kind of things. And I'm
Yep.
Yeah.
like,
Because they
wow,
don't
what's
know
for
to have a filter. They don't know how to have a filter.
no, they don't.
Hey.
No,
They'll
no.
just
They don't.
they'll just flat out say it.
Yeah.
You know, it's true. It's true
Mhm.
what that. It's true what that TV show says. Children will say the most darndest things.
Yes.
Yup.
Well,
Yup.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
true.
The
I
adults
can't.
are like crickets.
Well, not
Yeah.
me.
Most of
I
them.
mean, she gets it honest. I mean, I was going nuts too. You know, my husband and I were both going nuts. I mean, nothing like her, but But she was basically me when I was that age. I was the same way when I would go to shows. I would scream at Jim Cornette and scream even louder for the Rock and Roll Express, and just I would go nuts too. So she gets it honest.
I still remember that one Raw. I think it was it Corpus Christi, Texas, where they didn't say a word for the whole 3 hours.
Was it that one?
The fans were just like sitting on their hands, not saying a damn thing.
Oh, you're talking about that Raw in Philadelphia?
Or that one, yeah.
Yeah, that was the Raw you're talking about in Philadelphia. That crowd was dead. I don't know what happened to that audience.
Yeah, it was none. It was like
Yeah.
They
They said it was the most deadest crowd in Philadelphia that I've ever seen, because usually I go to Philadelphia sometimes and I go to wrestling. Because Philadelphia is only 2 hours away from me here in New York. Okay, so I every time I go to Philadelphia, the crowd is always energized and they're ready to rip the place up if they don't like what they see. But for some strange reason, I do not know what happened to this last crowd when Raw came to Philadelphia. The crowd was just not doing anything. They were not doing it.
They were like literally. It was like dead ass. It was dead.
I was like, what's
cheering,
going on in here?
booing,
There was no nothing. It was like, what happened to this audience?
I was like, what the hell happened? Did somebody died or something?
I mean, because I remember when I went to Philadelphia and I went to the Royal Rumble, and this was when Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble, and they wanted really Daniel Bryan to win the Royal Rumble, and this crowd was so hostile. This crowd, they were ready to rip that arena up. They didn't care if they were angry. And let me tell you something. I had to literally get out of the back of the arena to get into the cab.
Then The Rock raising his eyebrow, like, "What's going on here?"
That was the time where The Rock came and
I got out of there so fast it wasn't even funny. And let me tell you something. The fans saw Roman Reigns get on the bus, and they were ready to go into the street and follow the bus back to the hotel where he was at. It was just absolutely ridiculous.
Damn,
these people were nasty.
That would be normal Philly.
Yeah. These people were, but I don't know I do not know what happened to this audience when Raw came there. I don't know what happened. There was nothing. There's the energy just unplugged, and that was it. It was just like
they had a lot of energy plugged in from their fake noise.
They had a lot of energy to go after Roman.
Yeah, I mean, it was like wrestling in a library. I was like, hello?
I'm sleep here.
Are we supposed to be
doing anything? I mean, you're going to spend that much money on tickets and not do anything, because I'm pretty sure tickets in Philly are not cheap.
No.
Philly's never cheap.
Like
I've
people
been
making
hockey
me
games
sleep.
in Philly. I know they're not cheap.
Yeah.
Well, when I go to Philadelphia, I do not spend too much money on anything because, first of all, it's only 2 hours away. That's A. B. The bus ticket alone is too much.
Yeah.
And I have to spend that on Greyhound and give my money to Greyhound. But when it comes to the arena, I don't care where I sit. As long as it's a good seat, as long as I can see everything and I'm in the building, I don't care. You can give me section 21, section 3, section 4, whatever you got. Just give it to me. And,
as long as you can see any action.
Yeah, as long as I can see everything, I'm good. I'm a happy camper. But once you start getting hostile and you want to rip the place off, well, you're not. I don't want to be part of that action. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
You do what you do, and I'm gonna go. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out of here.
I've seen sporting events where Philly fans will take the seats and rip them and throw them.
Oh my God!
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
They've been Santa Claus at a Flyers game. I mean,
Yeah.
It's
You,
brutal.
you
It's
know what I'm
horrible.
talking about,
I mean,
Jer.
I've been to wrestling shows back in the day at the Coliseum for Jim Crockett Promotions, where Jim Cornette had to basically have an armed escort to get to the car because he pissed so many people off. And then I was there the night that, I don't know if you remember this, but Baby Doll was with Dusty Rhodes, and then she took Dusty Rhodes to be with
Yeah.
the Horsemen. Oh
Yeah.
my God! They were like reaching and trying to pull her hair and rip her clothes.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
It was vicious.
Damn, people.
It
Damn,
was
wrestling
vicious.
fans can be so vicious. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be that vicious back in the day, but damn.
They
Yeah.
did. Oh, yeah, they did.
Oh,
Jim
yeah.
Cornette had death threats. Like they said that he said as often as I would get death threats, the Rock and Roll Express. He said that by the time they would get from the locker room to the ring,
To
they
the
got
ring.
laid
Yeah.
more times
That's
than
insane.
an entire year.
That's
Mhm.
freaking insane. I couldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it was
bad.
because
I couldn't.
they were so invested. Fans were so invested in the wrestlers and in the story, even though they didn't technically have storylines back then. They did, but it was always, especially
but
with
it's
the
not.
promotions, it was around competition. It wasn't
Exactly.
around.
It wasn't like it is now.
Exactly. The way it is now is crazy.
Wrestling matches.
Mhm.
Yes.
And that's what I like. I mean, you can have a bit of story, but when you drag it out, you'll lose interest.
Yeah.
You mean like Drew versus Corbin for 6 months? Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'm done with that, man.
Shut.
Oh, we got a visitor.
Hopefully, one match with Corbin at WrestleMania. New feud, please.
Oh God, yes, please.
I swear to God.
Just
I agree.
We're gonna put your hat where the sun don't shine.
Right.
Be like, God damn it, Vincent, not another match.
It's so annoying.
Because he already, I mean, they had him when he was on Raw. When someone would try to take him out, like Bobby Lashley would try to take him out, they always called Corbin from SmackDown to take him out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
What the hell was
they did
that?
that 3 times. They did that 3 times in a year.
Yeah, it was annoying as hell.
I mean, the last one that they did with that when he was broke Corbin, he was trying to get the money. Now that one was funny.
Oh my God, that was
one was
fucking
funny.
hilarious.
That was hilarious. That was really funny.
$100,000 to get by. You know, okay, that one was funny.
That was hilarious.
But the two before, but they had already wasted it with the two before that.
I know.
It was a waste of those 2 times, man.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I need to go back and watch that one with Brooke Corbin trying to.
I watch that almost all the time. I love that.
The mustard stain.
Oh God, yes.
With that shirt, oh my God.
Oh God, that's
You
funny.
look at that shirt and you can just imagine the smell coming off of it.
Ew.
That's what they were saying.
The aroma.
Yeah, let me get some. Let me get a bottle of Shout and wash that for you. Here you go. Here you go.
Get about the time to do that shit.
I usually have a time.
Actually, I was thinking of something funnier. Like hanging an air freshener from them.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's my sense of humor.
Usually
Here, let me give you a Glade necklace. Here you go.
I'll give you like a Glade air freshener to give the shirt some type of good smell.
Yeah,
Right.
hang one here, hang one over his neck.
Yeah, usually when I have like Josie's dance gear, I'll have like a tied pin. one of those times. I was so tempted when he was here in Charlotte to just, can you just come here and put that stain out of your freaking shirt?
Why can I see you doing that?
Because I'm a dance mom.
I
think
know.
if I would have saw, I think if I would have saw that, I would have lost it.
I would have been dying. I would have been
Why
laughing.
apparently for the house show he was filming these vignettes for WWE.com, the Broken Corbin vignettes, where he could get arrested by the Charlotte Police Department, and that was hilarious. But I was like, man, if I had been out there at that time, it was like raining, so I think they filmed it like inside the building where they park. But man, if I had been out there, I'm like, look, dude, you have this stupid mustard stain that's like driving us all. And Christina knows. We talk about that damn stain all the time. I'm like, I have a tight pin. Let me at least take this off of you, okay?
Yeah.
And I won't charge you for it, okay? I won't charge you for it.
You were charging for it? Oh my god!
Oh, I totally charged him for it.
I know you would.
Yeah.
Here, I'll take this. What you say? Yeah, I'll take the stain out for $250,000, and that is from that is for my time and scrubbing it, and it's for my time to being around you.
No. Give me $300,000. I'll take the stain off and spending my time with you. Listen to this. Yeah. Spending time with you and inhaling that stain. Give me $300,000 for that.
But he should really be thanking Drew, because it was right after that that they went to
Vegas. Yeah,
he became Happy Corbin. He started winning that money, so he should be thanking Drew because he kicked him. And after that,
his gimmick is boring. It's just just like the Miz. It's so boring.
God, Miz. Don't even. Yeah, no.
Let me tell you.
I give him. Oh, here we go. I mean, I give him credit for how hard he's worked and all that stuff. But my God,
he's boring.
You're gonna have John Morrison as your partner at one point, but now you're gonna have Logan Paul. That is what I call a downgrade.
Very much.
Big time.
Very much.
He's a dead act. And I told everybody that on my show. I said, he's a dead act. And they were like, oh, stop it. You're lying. I was like, no, I'm not lying. He's a dead act.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, Mary.
Wow.
Just watch and see what happens. Yeah.
And I don't have to let it play out. I don't like it.
No, I'm not a fan of him. I'm not a fan of him, and it's my opinion. I just don't like him. I'm not a fan of it.
I totally.
You talk about the Miz. You talk about the Miz and Maurice.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm just not a fan of them. I'm not a fan of him. He's boring.
He's annoying. He's annoying.
The last time I saw a Miz match was 4 years ago. And 4 years ago. And I fell asleep. I literally was in the arena and I fell asleep.
You fell asleep in the arena?
Yeah, I slept in my seat. I did not know the show was over. I did not know the show was over until the usher came over and he says, sir, he says, the show is over. We got to take the seats back to the arena station. And I said, the show is over. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh my
I was
God.
like, oh, okay, no problem. I said, okie dokie. I said, all right. I said, let me get out of here. I gotta.
So funny thing is, he hadn't been doing house shows a lot lately. So when we went to the one in Fayetteville, we bought tickets because we knew Drew was originally supposed to be there. Of course, that was the day after. Day one. Well, guess who was there at the house show instead of Drew?
The Miz.
I'm like,
and boy, yeah,
and that's a downgrade.
That's a hell of a downgrade.
No, thank you.
That's a hell of a downgrade.
Like I said, I fell asleep. I just was not entertained. I was just not. The rest of the show was entertaining, but when he came out, I just couldn't keep my eyes open anymore.
You fell asleep during the Miz.
I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Oh, I can believe it.
So
I just
when,
fell asleep. I just
when
couldn't
they got
do
to
it.
Elimination Chamber, Maurice wasn't there. He said, my husband said, well, I guess she's watching kids. I said, no, it's because she would have to wear pants. She always forgets. She always forgets to wear her pants.
Oh my god.
No comment.
TMI.
No comment.
She's always wearing the bodysuit with the coat. I'm just like, did you forget your pants or a skirt or something?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
If they would have told me, sir, it's over, I'd have been like, fantastic. Let me go home.
Yeah.
I'm like, great, I'm done. Let me go. Bye.
Yeah. And my thing is the fact that Maurice would come out in these outfits and the back of it would be like right up her crack.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm sorry, that's not comfortable. It's not comfortable.
what the hell?
Oh, that's very uncomfortable.
Not to mention, I'm thinking, you're in front of thousands and thousands of people. Your husband is in the ring. Have some decorum.
Right.
Just a tad.
Each his own, but still, I'm just like,
Mm.
I know how
Yeah,
uncomfortable
okay.
that is.
Your body's not too bad, but still.
Yeah, and those things that I know when after you give birth, you have a baby one night, your thing gets bigger, and then like you're about to come out when she wore one of those
No
those
shit.
things. Oh my god! I'm like,
No shit. And I'm thinking,
put them
you've
things
been
away.
in some kind of position. Oh my God, you're gonna flash the shit out of everybody.
Oh my god! It was literally gonna come out. I'm like, yo, put them bitches inside.
Yeah, and of
Oh
course,
my
and of course,
God.
you're thinking about the dudes in the audience, and you're like, oh, they don't care.
They get a free show.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, as
No,
long
they don't care.
as long as
They
they're
don't
giving
care.
us fan service, they can have all their fan service that they want. As long
Mhm.
they're going to give us fan service.
Yeah. Yeah.
We deserve that. We deserve that.
Yeah. Mrs. Ash Shots.
He was literally right in front of me for 30 minutes with his.
Yeah, but that was
Well,
30
she has some
minutes
good,
of
she
pure
has some good booty
bliss.
shots. I mean, I wouldn't mind looking at it.
He
Come
was
on,
wonderful.
30 minutes of pure bliss.
Yes, it was.
Jared,
you have to understand when you wear those gears, you have to be careful because you have little kids in the audience.
Yes, that's true.
And,
Yes.
and the thing is that it's like kids do watch wrestling. It's not just for adults. People bring their kids.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you could wear a little bit more, more geared towards the kids.
Right.
I remember one time she came to Madison Square Garden and she wore this cat leopard suit. And I was just like, if she would have sneezed, the whole thing would have came out and we would have been canceled. I was like, wow. I was like, and the kids were like sitting there like, oh my God, what is that?
That's true. Because
why
that's
the
true.
hell come out in freaking lingerie?
Yeah.
I mean, yo, the thing that Carmelo wears, that's the thing you can wear in the bedroom.
Mhm.
I can't.
Yeah.
And Corey Graves, oh God.
Okay, so
Nobody cares about that show.
Yeah. No.
I could care less about it. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Nobody cares.
I mean, more power to them, but I have no interest in watching them being horny all over each other.
Yeah,
I don't care about it. It doesn't
Like,
interest me. I
Corey,
could care
shut
less.
up, shut up, shut up.
It's bad enough. We had to deal with him on Monday. We had to deal with him on Friday too when Pat McAfee wasn't there for 2 weeks. Oh, you fake.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now they're gonna have their own YouTube show. I was like,
Who gives
I'm
a
not
shit?
gonna watch.
Yeah.
Who gives a
I'm
shit?
not
I could
watching
care less.
that.
No, I'm not watching it either.
I'm not watching that. I'm not watching that.
Nope.
That is not something I'm gonna watch on YouTube. That's
I'm not watching that. Nope.
I'm too busy that day. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 3 hours ago, WWE on Fox posted on Twitter, the Rated R Superstar Edge wants to steal the show at WrestleMania. Who should challenge Edge at WrestleMania? Duh!
AJ
Styles.
Styles.
Hello.
Hello.
AJ.
AJ
They've only been
Styles.
begging for it since Edge came back in 2020.
Yeah, that match needs to happen this year. It needs to
Yeah,
happen this year.
I agree with that. I agree with that match. I think
Yeah.
that's the only redeemable quality about WrestleMania that I would even say would be a
Mhm.
good match. Yeah, I the rest of the card looks kind of yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
rest of the
Enjoy
Mhm.
part,
watching Drew. I am. I always enjoy watching Drew. And he and Corbin do put on good matches. I'm just tired
yes,
of
they
seeing
do.
it.
I'm tired of freaking match between. I don't even want that match to happen at WrestleMania to begin
Yeah,
with, man.
No.
but you know
Drew
something.
needs to
It
get her better.
Yeah.
Drew needs to
listen,
get
if
her
you
better.
yeah,
Mhm.
but you know something. Let me just say something. If you're gonna call something, if you're gonna call WrestleMania stupendous, do something stupendous.
Exactly.
Put
Yes.
on,
Thank
do
you.
something.
Mhm.
Do something innovative. Do something outside the box. Shock
Thank
the
Yeah.
you.
audience.
Thank you.
Do
Yes.
something for the audience. Shock the audience. Do something
Mhm.
stupendous. Do
So
something we've never seen before. Pull
Yes.
something out of the rabbit hat. Do
They
something.
have
Uh-huh.
no ideas.
No.
None.
No.
They
And
have
the,
well, they
and the,
have
and the,
nothing
them.
They
to
like
say.
have nothing.
yeah, and the
They
thing is
haven't.
that, I said this on my show last week, and I said it again this week. It's lazy booking.
Yes.
Their booking is lazy. It's just that
Mhm.
there's no innovation, there's no thought process, there's no nothing. There's just
There's
okay,
no
well,
spark.
no,
Yeah.
there's no spark, there's no energy, there's no nothing. It's just like just let's put it on television, and who
Yeah.
cares what everybody thinks, and you just throw it out
Mhm.
there. Then the
We
next thing you
care
do,
where we stay. We care where we stay
right.
because we want to see something that's we are invested in. Don't just put something on
Mhm.
Right.
TV and think we're gonna like it because it doesn't work that
I
way.
mean, it's been like a dead fish out of water or flogging a dead horse.
And he should be
Right.
making his shows beforehand exciting, and you would sell more tickets.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I mean,
Exactly. Yes.
it's
And
just like
people are telling them what they want. They just don't want. It's like they've got their finger in their ear going la 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 la. We want
Mhm.
to
Exactly.
do
Let me
this.
like
We
that. La,
want
la,
yeah,
la,
to
la,
do
la,
right,
la,
this.
la,
right,
la, la, la,
right,
la.
Mhm.
right.
We don't want to hear
I
it.
mean, it's just
Exactly.
the same thing. It's just like what I said to somebody the other day. I said, "Look, listen. What's the sense of you watching live Raw every Monday night? Why don't you just go back on demand and watch the same match because you're gonna get the same thing on Monday?
Yep.
So what's
Mhm.
Right.
the sense of watching it live when you could actually watch last week's episode because that's what you're gonna get? You're getting last week's
Mhm.
episode on Monday,
It's basically a repeat every week.
right?
Mhm.
It is.
It's
Right.
annoying.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Understand.
redundancy is absolutely ridiculous, and
It is,
Mhm.
and it's
you
just
know,
tiring.
it's just that last night was getting good. The first hour was getting good, and
Yeah.
then all of a
Yes.
sudden they just took the air out of the balloon, and it went downhill from there.
Yep. Yep.
It's like everything
Um,
went.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Or a
it's
big wave coming crashing down.
right,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
you
a
were like,
tsunami.
we're getting something good tonight. Ooh, we're getting something, and then all of a sudden there goes the expectations right
You're gonna
out.
watch what
And
I
it's
want you to
sad.
watch.
Mhm.
And
How?
it's and
I
it's
was
Watch
sad
what I
like,
want you
because
to like.
it said it was supposed to be a 1,500 episode of Raw.
And they
yeah,
did
and that's another thing,
nothing.
and that's
Mhm.
another thing too. That's I'm glad you brought that up, because the thing is like they didn't even promote that. They
No, they
never
didn't.
even mentioned it. They didn't even
Yeah.
say
No.
No,
anything. They say
no, they didn't
not
mention
one
shit.
word, not one
No,
word of it, not
mm-mm.
one word.
Nope.
I didn't hear
Mhm.
They
anything
did
from
for
last week.
1,000.
Yeah, they did for 1,000, but last night I didn't see any mention of it. I didn't
Nope.
Yeah.
hear anybody
Mm-mm.
mention it. Nobody said it.
Mm-mm.
None of the broadcasters said it.
No, nobody said it.
They didn't display it on television. I was like,
Mm-mm.
why are you ashamed of it? I guess they are ashamed of it because it was a horror show.
Mhm.
Ouch.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
we're not happy with what we're putting on tonight. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Oh
me, if
God.
it's
Gonna
something
throw
that
it
bad, I
out.
was literally just like, I use it for background noise and just do something else.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just like I
Like
had
something to eat.
yeah, it's just like
If something interesting
I had this
happens, okay.
yeah, you know, it's just like I had a guest on my show. His name is Cameron Johnson, and he had a funny quote. He says, "When an AEW show come on, you gotta make sure that your snacks are ready. You gotta make sure your television's in rotation and your internet.
Yeah.
This internet ain't cutting out on me now when I watch AEW." But he said, when it comes to a WWE show, he says, "I guess I'll just cut it on and see what Becky's doing and Roman doing. I guess I'll just cut it on and see what."
So this is
That
so this
was
has come across now. This has recently come across that AJ Styles has re-signed with WWE.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
Really?
Has confirmed Fightful Select has confirmed the story, which was mentioned recently on Wrestling Observer Radio. We're talking this is a big money deal, and of course you have to go to FightfulSelect.com to get the details. But yeah, apparently AJ has re-signed.
wow.
Oh,
who,
wow.
who resigned?
AJ Styles.
AJ.
Oh,
Okay.
well, they
So
don't want
okay,
him.
they
They
did
don't
that
want
match.
him to go anywhere. They don't want him to go anywhere,
No, they
and
they,
No.
they don't want
they
to lose
don't want him to
AJ.
go anywhere because
And
they
he
No.
know.
He's a
doesn't
big
really
draw.
want to.
He's a
He
big
probably
draw.
doesn't really want to because I mean he did his time on indies, like busting his butt.
Yeah,
Basically
I think he
becoming
wants to. I
the
think he
wrestler of
wants
a
to finish
generation.
off. I think he wants to finish off his wrestling career with the WWE and probably
Mhm.
get inducted.
Yeah,
No, I think that they were afraid that if
I'm
they
sure
didn't
they
give
were
him
afraid
what
of
he
him.
wanted,
That's
they
probably
because
true. Yeah.
he would have walked and he would have walked right into the AEW window
Oh
and
yeah.
he would have thrived in AEW, and that's one thing that would kill them.
Oh yeah.
So that is one of the reasons why they are holding on to him. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
another reason why they're holding on to Mustafa Ali. They do not want him to go to AEW or any other company. So
Right,
they are
right.
punishing
That
him. They're
that
punishing
really
him.
pisses me. That really pisses me off that they did decline his release. What the hell are you gonna do? What the hell is he gonna do for 2 years? Come on now.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
mean,
messed up.
it's just messed up how they did him dirty.
Yeah. They
I
did him
mean, he
mad
wants
dirty.
out of his contract. He's tired of it. He doesn't like the company anymore. They keep jobbering him. They don't give him storylines. They don't listen to his ideas. So what's the sense of sitting there and
What's the sense of
collecting dust?
staying there? What's the sense of staying there and not be heard? You're gonna be sitting and catering for 2 years? Get the fuck out of
Right,
here.
right.
I mean, they should just let him go. They should just honor his wishes and let him go.
Yeah, they should
And
grant his release.
yeah, I mean, they're just punishing him. I mean, it's like
They did the
they
same
wanted
thing to
him.
Neville. They did the same
Yeah,
thing to Neville.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's like they want out of his contract, and they said no, we're not releasing you. I was like, they keep adding an extension on the contract. They keep putting extensions on it so that this way he doesn't leave. And I was like, I think that's the most dirtiest business tactic you can do to someone because the person wants out of their contract. You don't put an extension on their contract. Then you let them go.
Exactly.
Right.
You let him go and let him thrive in another organization where his ideas will be heard.
Exactly. That's the way it should be.
And
And I'm sure he's terrified of just walking out and leaving.
if I was him, I would just get a lawyer and see if you can break the contract and get
Exactly.
out of it.
Yeah, probably would.
Get a lawyer and see if you can break the contract because obviously they're not listening to his demands. So
Nope.
Right. It's horrible.
Not at all.
it's terrible. It's sad that
It's
you have that
disgusting.
it's poor business practice.
Because he's so and he's so talented.
Yes, he's very talented.
He took an absolute crap what he was given with Retribution, which should have been a really cool idea. And he took it and he really did try to make the most of it. Like his promos were always really good with it. And the whole thing with the SmackDown Stalker thing,
That was good.
Oh, that was
great idea.
oh
That was
man,
an awesome
that was
idea.
good.
That
And
was
that
really
could have
good.
been so good. And then they moved him over to Raw, and I'm like, okay. And then they made him leader of Retribution. I'm like, well, okay, if anyone can save this, it's him because he's got a lot of charisma. He's good on the mic. He's amazing.
Absolutely, yes.
But once again, lack of creative
Creative. Yep.
Yeah,
didn't just he wasn't allowed to do anything. And then when they moved him to SmackDown, I was like, okay, Well, I know Paul Heyman loves him, which is, I mean, they basically built that new SmackDown roster around guys that
Yeah.
Heyman loves.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I was a little bit more hopeful. And then I saw Mansoor, him teaming with Mansoor. I was like, okay, this is really good. They have really good chemistry with the
Yeah.
backstage stuff. And of course, they're both amazing in the ring. This is going to be good. Nope.
Nope.
It went downhill so
That
fast.
that
I was
and that led to Heyman being terminated
Yep.
Yeah.
because the thing is that Vince came to Heyman and said, why did you bring him here? And this is this, and he was upset because he didn't believe in Ali. But the thing is that you got young talent. You got to create new stars here.
right.
Yeah.
So the
Exactly.
thing is, it's like you can't keep dusting off these old legends out of the china closet and think that these people can perform for you. I mean, you got young
No.
talent in the back. You
Exactly.
over you
I
you
mean,
can't overgloss your young talent. You're
right.
Yeah.
disrespecting your or younger talent. They
Yeah,
can
you are.
perform in the ring and they can connect with the audience.
Yeah.
You just not giving them a opportunity to connect with the audience, and you're not giving them the opportunity to create something new for the audience so that
Right.
they can be innovative and fresh to the audience.
Exactly. And it's so
I mean, how are they
frustrating.
going to get that experience?
Hmm.
Right.
That's what they
Right.
need is the experience
Hmm.
to grow.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why they have house shows, because
Yep.
house shows display new things to the audience that maybe it can be advanced on television, because in
Hmm.
this way you can see it and say, oh, I saw this new last night in this house show and I saw this new. Maybe they'll bring that to TV. Maybe that'll be an
Yeah.
idea to come to TV.
Right.
Hmm. Yeah.
But if you don't give the person an opportunity and their hands are tied, what else are they going to be? But they're going to be frustrated.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Exactly.
I
That's
mean,
part
they're
of the,
going to be frustrated.
I mean, that's part of the reason why, I mean, Drew, towards the end of his first run, he was not happy either. He didn't want to
No.
do the whole
No,
3
he
weeks.
wasn't.
He,
Mm-mm.
he had been this whole chosen one thing, but because
He
it
was
was Vince McMahon
pissed.
trying to
Hmm.
shove this in people's faces, he
Yeah.
didn't get that reaction, and he knew his own worth, but
Yes.
he was just so frustrated, and because he loved the business, he wanted to stay in the business. He went ahead and
Yes.
went along with it. He made the best of it, the best he could.
Yeah.
But I'm honestly surprised now that
Yeah.
they put as much stock in him as they do, because he left and completely reinvented himself. Vince McMahon did not invent the Drew McIntyre you're seeing now. Drew Galloway
Drew
Yes.
invented
Yes.
Galloway did
Yes.
it
All of it. He
by
did it on his
Mhm.
own.
himself.
He did it
Yeah.
on his own.
Yes.
And
Right.
Vince normally doesn't like stuff like that. I mean, look at Sting. Look at the way Sting was treated when he was there. Vince McMahon definitely did not invent Sting.
Nope.
No.
And then he was like, "Oh, you're from you're from W." I'm sure that Sting didn't want to make any part of his run have anything to do with WCW versus WWE. He didn't want anything to do with that. But
No.
what happened when we got to freaking WrestleMania? It was all
WWE
off,
versus WCW.
and they had to bring up the freaking NWO and DX and all this stuff, and I'm just like.
Yeah.
And I knew what was going to happen. I knew Triple H was going to go over on him because
I was
Mhm.
so mad when Triple H won. I
It's
actually
Mhm.
wanted Sting to freaking win that shit.
Yeah.
we won, pal. We got God.
We
I
gone
feel
through a
like
time
they
warp.
did. I feel like they did Sting dirty.
Oh, they totally
Yeah.
did him dirty. Look at what he's
Oh,
doing
yeah.
on AEW now. He's 62.
Oh, let me tell you
Yes.
something.
Mhm.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because let me tell you something. I am a fan of Sting. I am a huge fan of Sting in AEW. I mean, the man had triple neck fusion neck surgery. Okay, and the man for his 60s to do that, to leap off of a stage, splash people on the
Yep.
table,
Yep.
take bumps, and still keep going. It's absolutely amazing to me. And
He's incredible.
I said this on my show. I said, listen, if you're not a fan of Sting on what he's doing in AEW, then and you're not a wrestling fan. You need to
Yeah.
stop watching wrestling. You need to stop watching wrestling, and you need to stop talking about it because you don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, for sure.
Exactly.
Sting is the
Exactly.
real deal. Sting
He
is
is
the real deal,
he is the
Holyfield.
man. He
Yeah,
is the
Who,
man.
how old
He
Sting,
is the
is
man.
Sting now?
I mean, he always. I mean, he
yeah,
was always my favorite. Like going back to Mid South. I mean, he was my
yeah.
man
Hmm.
starting then, and
Yeah.
continues to now. But when I saw him, I mean, you kind of see him decline a little bit in TNA, but he did keep himself in really good shape, and he didn't completely embarrass himself like Ric Flair did,
Yeah.
later in his career. But when he went to WWE and all that crap happened with Triple H, I was so pissed off about that.
That was,
Yeah,
And
that was a mistake. To me,
yeah,
that was a mistake.
yeah.
Sting should
and
have gone over with that one.
and then
Yeah.
the buckle bomb with Seth. I mean, I
Seth
remember
Rollins.
watching
Oh,
that night.
Oh,
I literally,
Yeah, that was
I
Seth
want,
kept
terrible.
apologizing over and
I
over.
want
He's
to,
like, I'm fine, Seth. I'm fine.
I
yeah,
remember that.
and
I remember
I mean,
that. That was hard.
it was hard for me to watch because I had been such a fan for so freaking long.
Right.
Then basically kind of keep him on as a Legends thing, saying that no one wants. Vince McMahon literally thought no one wanted to see Undertaker versus Sting. No,
He's
I
crazy.
wanted to see
wanted
that.
to
My
see.
brother and I wanted to see that.
Yes,
We've been
that
wanting to
would
see
have
that
been
for the
awesome.
longest.
Everybody wanted to see that match.
Yeah.
Everybody.
They wanted to do
Everybody.
it.
Oh my
But
God.
it was Sting
Everybody
versus
wanted
me,
to
Mark
see that.
Callis. It actually happened at a house show in Greensboro, but it was Sting versus me, Mark Callis, back in 1990 before he went to WWE. But
Right.
Right.
but when he showed back up in AEW, I was just like, oh, I mean, of course, I freaked out because it's Sting. I was like everyone else in that arena. I was just like, oh my, because there are certain wrestlers that you hold in reverence, and he is one of them.
Mhm.
And when I first heard he was going to be wrestling again in the theatrical match, I was really concerned. But I'm like, okay, he's doing a theatrical match. Okay, we can hide certain things, but he still looked really good. I mean, definitely. But then when he started wrestling like on TV in the
Mhm.
ring, I was like, oh my God, it's like he has taken a trip back in time.
Right.
That happens, yes.
He
Mhm.
looks
But you know something? They use him for special occasions, and they
right.
respect him. And
Yes.
that is the one thing that I like about AEW. They respect the legend. They
They
don't
do.
just go out
Yes,
there
they
and they
do.
bring him out there every week, every night, every
No.
this. No, no. He's only there for special occasions. But when he comes out of that curtain and he's ready to
He
perform,
brings it.
Oh, you
let
know
me
it's
tell
gonna
you
be lit.
something. You just know you're
It's
gonna get
gonna be lit.
entertained.
It's
You're
gonna be
going to get
lit.
entertained. It's
Yeah.
not going to be a one-sided match.
No,
He just goes out there and does his thing. And the last time I saw him live, I was just like I was sitting there in the audience, and I was like, I was just breathless. I just didn't know what to say anymore. I was like, I don't know what you're taking, but let me tell you something. When I turn 60, I want some of it. I want
Yeah.
some of it.
I'm telling
I
you.
want some of it.
I'm
I
sorry, for
want
him
some
to be
of
at
it.
that age, yes, he is.
I
Yeah.
He's
want
a
some of
pro,
it.
and I
Legend is
love
up
that.
there.
And
He's up there.
people are complaining about, him. They're giving all this time to this old guy. I'm like, this is Sting.
Yeah, this is a
Time.
legend. Shut up.
This is Sting.
This is Sting.
Okay,
He
Yeah.
needs to shut up.
we are blessed enough to still have him able to do things like this.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, it's
shut
just
your mouth and enjoy it.
yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's what I said on my show. I said, if you're not a fan of Sting and you don't applaud for what this man is doing in the ring, then you're not a wrestling fan. You can't
Nope.
be a wrestling fan. Please sit down and go away because I just it
Shoo.
is
Shoo.
yeah, just go away because you don't know what you're talking about. I
Mhm.
mean, this man is
Exactly.
just absolutely fantastic.
There's no
Yeah.
wrestling without Sting. That's it.
No,
I
and
mean,
he's
Sting back in
thriving
the
so
80s?
good.
Holy crap.
He is.
Yeah.
And
I
I tell
love
you, and I have
Sting.
to tell you, I used to say that the perfect wrestling picture does not exist. But then I happened upon, I think it was either on Pinterest. I think it was on Pinterest. It was a picture of Drew and Sting together at a convention. I was
Yes,
like,
I
okay,
know
never
that one.
mind.
Mhm.
The perfect wrestling picture exists. That's my
Yeah.
two favorite then.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Oh my
And
god.
I think I have that one on my Pinterest page
I think
too.
I have it somewhere in there too.
I'm
I was
pretty
like,
sure I have it on my
Yeah,
phone. I have it on my
yeah,
phone. I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't.
I just
Like,
love Sting.
Uh-huh.
I
Me
love
too.
what
God,
he can
Me
do.
too.
I
He is the
love
man. He
Sting.
is the man.
You know,
Yeah.
tomorrow night I'm going to Bridgeport to see the AEW's debut tomorrow night.
hey,
Have
I
fun.
Oh,
just
Have
nice.
fun.
I'm looking forward to going to Bridgeport. I haven't been to Bridgeport in over 5 years,
Oh, well,
Wow.
and
well, you got a good
and
reason to go now.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to going to the arena, and the show is almost sold out. And I know AEW fans, they are just going to be very passionate tomorrow night, and they're going to show love to AEW. And
Mm-hmm.
I love that company.
Oh, yes.
I've been to 8 of their shows, and it's just
They're awesome.
awesome. Yeah,
It's
they are.
incredible.
I think next time when they ever come to your city or town, get a ticket because
I
you are
want
going
to
to be.
so bad, but I
I
Mm,
want
just want
to.
dance on Wednesday,
It's
so
Because
I was like,
ever since my brother went to his first one in Norfolk, Virginia, oh yeah, I definitely would like to
Hmm.
go.
yeah,
yeah.
you will be entertained. I'm telling you, it is nothing like a WWE show.
He had he
Nothing.
had he had the best time. He even left the show voiceless, so his voice was hoarse, but he had a lot of fun. It
Judas
is worth
in
it.
I
Judas
want to
in my
go.
mind.
I mean,
Oh man, that
I
man.
got
Let me tell you something. That song. Let me tell you something. I was in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, and I was there for the first time when AEW came back after the pandemic, and they came to Newark for the first time ever because the shows were canceled all the time.
Yeah.
So finally, when September came around, they finally came to Newark, and when that show happened, first of all, you had 14,382 people singing Judas, and it was just absolutely fantastic.
I need to
Wow.
learn the
It
lyrics
was
of Judas. I need to learn
absolutely.
the lyrics of Judas before I
It
go to
is.
an AW event.
I mean, people were putting their arms around each other, strangers. They didn't even know each other, and they were singing together. It was just a moment you
Oh,
I
just
would love
wow.
never
that.
will
That
forget. You
yes.
will
Josephine
just
knows the bar.
never forget that. You will never forget that.
I'm definitely gonna learn the song of Judas in my
I
mind.
mean, that was just
Oh
absolutely
yeah, it's good.
fantastic. I
I love
loved
that.
it. I
Oh, that is
loved it.
awesome.
I
I
soaked
become,
it
I
all
become
in.
me.
It was fun. It
I'm
was
gonna
so
have to
much
wait till the
fun.
summer though. Hopefully they'll come back to Charlotte in the summer for Dynamite because Josie has dance on Wednesday night, so it's really hard for us to make it. But oh my God, I want to go. They had Battle of the Belts here on a Saturday, but there was something that we were doing and I wasn't able to go, and I was kicking myself in the
Yeah,
butt.
I'm telling you
Oh,
guys, whenever they come to your town, I'm telling you, you got to get a ticket.
oh,
Try and see if you can squeeze your schedule because that's what I do on Wednesdays because it is hard. It is
yeah.
hard if you have something else to do and stuff in the between, but try and see if you can get your schedule cleared up and go to the show
Oh,
because
yes.
you will be.
Summertime.
Yeah, yeah. You will be entertained. I guarantee you will be entertained
I'm
because it's
always
nothing
entertained
like.
watching
Absolutely.
on TV, and I mean that's why I will plot down because I mean there's no
No, I mean,
AEW network. I will plot down the $50 for the AEW.
Hmm.
yeah, I
I'll
mean,
do that.
Absolutely.
because I mean
It
the
is the thing.
atmosphere.
Their pay-per-view events are so worth it. They're really worth
I
it.
know
They
they're
Yes,
they use
fun.
their even
They're
it's $50, it
fun.
is freaking worth it. Like my brother
Oh
and I,
yeah.
we do a thing like he'll pay for one and I'll pay for the other one. We
Yeah.
alternate, and it's freaking worth it.
well, let me tell you something. You want another experience? Try to watch an AEW pay-per-view in a movie theater. Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
Oh,
wow.
that
I
is
haven't gone to a movie theater since the
absolute.
pandemic.
Let me tell you something. I saw Full Gear in the movie theater. Okay,
Oh,
and we got a special introduction from Tony Khan. He came on the big screen. He said hello to everyone that was watching the movie,
Cool.
and it
nice.
was just absolutely one of the best experience you would ever want to meet. First
Oh
of
my
all,
god.
you got the fans sitting there, and everyone's chanting the same thing you are. Then I had this guy. He after the first match was over, he did a cartwheel. He bet his girlfriend. Him and his girlfriend had a bet. He said if he wins this match, you got to do a cartwheel. So he goes in the middle of the theater and he's doing a cartwheel in the dark and everything. It was just absolutely fantastic. It was
That's
absolutely
so good.
fantastic.
Oh
It
my
was absolutely
gosh.
That's awesome.
fantastic.
That is
It was absolutely
insane.
fantastic. It was
Wow.
absolutely
That's
fantastic. It is the
insane.
best experience you have ever wanted to meet.
Oh my
You
gosh.
should try
Oh,
it, guys. I'm
definitely.
telling
I
you,
will.
I
you
definitely will.
definitely
That's
should
next on my
try it.
bucket list then.
Now,
Yeah, go to your local movie. If it's playing in your local movie theater, the next pay-per-view, go and watch it because
I'm gonna
you
have
Oh
to
will
my
check
be
god,
at
that
it.
that's
You
out.
it.
will have an experience
I
that
might
you
have
will
to check
never
that out.
forget.
I might check it
Yeah,
out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
because I tell you something, it was fantastic. I mean, to
I
go to the
believe
movie
it.
theater and to have wrestling fans the same as you, passionate the same as you, sitting there in the movie theater, you have a little snack, you have a little drink,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's way cheaper than
I
the pay
believe
per
it.
view.
I believe it.
Way cheaper than the pay per view. I
I
mean, I
might,
didn't spend that much money. I did not spend that much money on the movie.
Awesome.
It was
That's what's up.
fantastic. It was fantastic. I had a good time. I really did. I didn't want to leave. I wanted the pay per view to be more. I
Yeah.
wanted the pay per view to be more. I was
I
like, give me
feel it.
another 4 hours. Give me another four
Mm.
hours. I'll be here in the morning. I'll get breakfast and come back. I don't care. I mean,
oh my
I
god.
was like,
Give me
give me
more.
more. Give me more.
Right?
Give me what
That
I
was
want.
Give me
fantastic.
more.
Give me what I
I'm
want.
I,
Well, I mean, I
yeah,
will say
I
that
love it.
I have never at WWE, whether it be SmackDown or at house shows, I've never left disappointed. I've always had fun.
Mhm.
I mean, I do make my own fun. I mean, I just sit back and I enjoy it, and I scream and I look at my daughter, and she's enough entertainment for
Mm-hmm.
'Oh,
20
yeah.
people.
Yes.
I
You
can
know,
imagine.
Exactly.
and
Hmm.
so I mean, I will plop down my money for for something that will be entertaining.
It's
Um,
Yeah.
absolutely.
you know, and I have yet
Hmm.
to leave disappointed. But I will say that as far as pay per view quality goes, that AEW's got it,
Yes, they
especially
do. Yes, they
especially
do.
this year. If
Hmm.
WWE doesn't put on a good pay per view coming soon, then I don't know what.
Mhm.
No, so far they're
Yeah.
batting 0 for 2 in the
Did
pay
you
per
see?
view
Yep.
department, and
Oh
Yeah,
my god. They
Earl,
better
you
they
weren't
better
on
do
here.
this shit right with WrestleMania this year. That's all I'm
Earl, you
saying.
weren't on here when I read the schedule. There are
Yeah.
two pay-per-views that they don't have a name for. No, there's three that they don't have a name for. Two of those they don't have a location and they don't have a city. Like they don't have a venue or a city listed.
That's insane.
And
well, I
it's in the fall. It's in September and October. I have the September one is supposed to be where they were supposed to have the one in UK, but nothing is listed for that.
well I know that they owe Newark a show because they backed out of it and they backed out of the contract. So they owe Newark a show. I don't know when they're gonna honor that.
They better.
Mhm.
So that's a
Oh, wow.
possibility.
They better do
That
it
is a
soon.
possibility. That's a possibility
Man,
that
I'm
they
telling
can
you what,
fill.
if they I mean they promised those UK people a pay per view for
They better
June.
keep
Right.
up on that promise. They
If
better keep that
they
promise.
renege on that, oh my God,
Yeah.
it's
That's
going
gonna be
to
freaking
be
Yeah.
banging.
And I
bloody.
think it was Drew that actually promised them.
Well, Drew
Mhm.
said he was working hard and he
Yeah.
wanted to get one, but the
Yes.
WWE released it was a preliminary schedule like towards the end of the year last year, and it had
Oh, okay.
September 4th. It didn't have a name yet, but it had like Wales. It was supposed to be in Wales, but
Mm-hmm.
now it's saying to be determined.
Oh, I hope they
Everything
have it. I
Yeah.
hope they have it in the UK because we haven't had one in so long.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Alaska.
I heard through the grapevine that they were planning a stadium show in Great Britain. But the problem is that it's the logistic problem that creates a problem for them.
Right.
because
Mhm.
they promise too many people in the U.S. shows.
Yeah.
And if you do a show in Great Britain, that means you're going to have to hurry back and fly back. And I don't know if they could be able to make it
Mhm.
in time to the next city and to set up and everything else of
Yeah.
that nature. So
It's
it's
called they don't
logistic
know how to
problems.
schedule.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's kind
the
of
logistics
like
of it.
yeah, they
Most
kind of
people in
like
UK,
box themselves in a corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
it
Yeah,
would
they
be
do
a
that.
shame because those British, Scottish, Irish, Welsh
The whole
WWE
United
fans
Kingdom,
are
they need
Yeah,
so
to get that.
loyal. They are
Yeah.
Yeah.
so freaking
yeah.
loyal, and they
Mhm.
are and they will they cheer. I mean they and I would love to see Drew coming
Yeah.
out of SummerSlam as champion and going back
Mhm.
home to the
Right.
UK
Oh my
Hell
God, it
yeah,
would
that
be
would be
so.
defending the title in the
sweet.
UK. I
That would
would
be sweet.
But
freaking love it.
the
Uh-huh.
problem with the
Yeah.
WWE is that they don't respect their UK partners,
I know
and
it's
that
Oh, they don't.
is not a good look.
That's not
That
a
is
good look
not
for
a
them.
good
Yeah.
look if
That's
you
not a
go
good
if
look for
you
them at
call
all.
yourself a if it's not a good look if you call yourself a global company.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's not a good look.
No, it's
It's
not
not a
Mhm.
good look.
at all.
I
Yeah.
mean, look what they're doing with Madison Square Garden. I mean, they had the relationship with the Garden over 79 years,
I know.
and
Yeah.
Yep.
the way they treat them, it's like
A slap in
it's
the
like
face.
yeah, it's a slap in the face. I mean, this
Yeah.
arena open their doors to them all the time, and they open their calendar to them. And
Absolutely.
like they every time they call them and they say, "Listen, we want to book an event in the garden." Okay, we open our calendar to you, but
Hmm.
you don't show us any kind of respect when you pull the plug on the show and you
Yeah.
cancel it and you
Yeah, that's
leave
messed
us in
up.
the lurch.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
messed
mean,
up.
No.
because they could book
Yeah.
the arena for any other concerts or something like that, but then when they do
Exactly.
that,
They lose a
Hmm.
lot of shit.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
yeah,
Yep.
I mean, it's a slap in
Yeah.
the face because
Mm-hmm.
you're talking about that's your mecca and all this kind. That is not your mecca anymore because
Not
you don't
anymore.
treat them correctly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You
That
know,
sucks.
Of
That
course.
really
And that
sucks.
building is hallowed ground. That building is hallowed ground. It should
Oh,
Yeah.
be for that company. I mean,
Yes.
I'm a Rangers fan, so I've always wanted to go to MSG to see a Rangers game, and the idea of
Mhm.
seeing WWE there, that used to be as a fan of WWE, that's where you wanted to go.
That's where you
see,
wanted. Yeah. It was
I
a
have been to
good place.
MSG plenty of times. When it comes to house shows and the live holiday tours, I've been there plenty of times,
Oh
and
my
it's
God.
Yeah.
yeah, I've
it's
been there
freaking
myself.
awesome.
I mean, I've gone to their holiday shows consecutively.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I go all the time. I mean, the last time I went, I mean, they only drew 1,200 people, but I did go. It
Mhm.
wasn't the biggest crowd I have ever seen, but they did perform on the show. I mean, the people that were supposed to be there weren't there, and they had to do last minute changes and stuff like that because
Yeah.
of the COVID and
Yeah.
everything else. But I mean, I mean, I'm
It's
going
almost
back
hard
there
on
next
everyone.
Saturday night. Yeah,
You
I'm
going
going
to the
back there
the
next
one?
Saturday.
You going to the one, the March 5th one, right?
Yes, I'm going to the March 5th one, and
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the garden with the two title
Awesome.
matches that are
So,
scheduled.
so who? So
Oh.
Um,
have they said who like on the advertising who it is that's supposed to be
Be
facing
right
Brock
back.
Lesnar?
okay. Well, from what I understand, the WWE is keeping a hush hush on the injury to Lashley. They keep saying it's a concussion. So
No.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
No.
I have
It's his
no
shoulder.
idea why they won't come out. I don't know why they won't come out and say the truth about his shoulder. I
I
don't know
don't
why they're
know.
doing
Yeah.
that.
I don't know why they're
It's
saying
just a
that.
dis-
They're not doing that.
I don't understand. They're not
Or is this Brock
addressing it
Lesnar
the
that's hurting?
correct way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
and
is
the
Brock
thing is
Lesnar
that
hurting.
who is going to take? Yeah, I know. I mean, and the thing is that I don't know why they're not addressing it right. They're not
I
doing
don't
it
know why either.
properly.
They said that yesterday on last
Because
night on Raw that he's still in the concussion
yeah,
protocol. Why don't you say he
Yeah.
really
yeah,
is hurt?
Mm-hmm.
I
I
don't
said,
understand why they keep dancing around the issue because we all know that he's not going to perform in the garden. So who are
Right.
you going to take the place of? Who is taking his place?
Cody.
That is something I don't
Probably.
know. I do not know.
Oh God!
We
Imagine if it's
probably
I
Carmelo.
will
bet it's
not.
Cody. I bet it's Cody.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Imagine it was
Exactly.
Cody. That's like
I don't know.
I would
We're
be
gonna have to
willing to
see next
bet.
Saturday night.
I
we'll
would be
see.
willing to bet it's Cody.
Oh my God! If
Oh
it is, I'm
gosh.
like, what the?
Why else would they be keeping it so quiet? I mean, with the one
That's true.
starting at the company and
They
all
probably wanted. They probably wanted to get the shock value. They probably want to keep us in the
exactly,
dark.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is that you're not addressing the real injury, and I don't
Right.
understand why are
Exactly.
you
That's the
dancing.
problem there.
I don't understand why are you dancing around it. I
They
Yeah.
don't
need to
understand
address
why
the
you're
real
dancing
issue.
around them.
Missy.
Just come out and say, look, listen, he got injured, he re-injured his shoulder, he
Yeah.
needs
Yeah.
a
He
surgery,
needs
and
surgery.
let's
Hmm.
He'll be
move
out.
on and let's
So,
move on
Exactly.
from it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Why is it so hard? I mean, I don't understand. Every other company says, "Oh, a wrestler tore his knee, or hurt his
Like
back,
yeah,
or
like hurt his
and
back
he's
Yeah.
or
out of
tore his
action for
quad
a
or
while."
is
I
yeah.
Yeah,
find it. So I found it really funny that with they pulled Lashley out due to concussion
Hmm.
protocol
Yeah.
when he hurt his shoulder, but they didn't do the same thing for Madcap Moss who landed like this.
He literally took his head.
I mean, do you mean to tell me you're not going to take him out of the match or end the match because of concussion protocol when he
Yeah.
legitimately pulled his?
He literally just literally laid on his head. Come on
I
now.
know, I know.
Mhm.
I mean,
I don't understand
Yeah.
it. I
Mhm.
just don't get that thought process. I don't get
I
that
don't
thought
either.
logic
I don't get
behind
it
it.
either. It's
I,
freaking
I, I
annoying. It's
just
so
I
frustrating.
just I just think to dance around the situation is ridiculous.
It is.
When I mean it's like you think the fans are dumb and they don't know what's going on. We all
Yeah.
know what's going on.
We
We
all know
all
what's
know the
going on.
truth.
Yes.
We read on Twitter, we read on
Mhm.
Instagram, and we read on Facebook. So we all know the truth. But the truth
Yes.
is your problem is that you don't want to come out with the truth, and because I don't know why. Why are you dancing around the issue? I mean, last
Exactly.
night on Raw, I was sitting there and I was watching it, and I said, and you see Byron Saxton is like, oh well, he will perform in Madison Square. He's not going to perform in Madison
No.
Square Garden, you
Oh my
idiots.
God.
Yeah.
Oh
He's
my God.
injured.
He's
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 out for
injured.
4 months.
He is legitimately
For
injured.
He, he's
let's see,
injured. You
Yeah.
fool.
February, March, April. No,
God.
no, no.
May. May.
I can count.
Yeah, we all can
oh,
count.
But no,
See,
they
we
did the
even
same
upset the
thing.
dog.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, she likes to put in her 2 cents.
But, I mean,
oh,
Okay.
they did the same thing with Drew's neck injury. It was just
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God, yeah.
Yeah.
he had a cervical issue with his neck. Okay, so I'm waiting on the next SmackDown for some
We
sort of.
were waiting. We were literally
Okay,
waiting every week to
what did
find
they
out, and they
say?
kept it in the dark.
They completely kept it in the dark. It was
Yes.
just like,
hmm.
okay, is he going to have to have surgery? Is he? But they said nothing.
Nothing. They said
And then
nada.
they said nothing for
It
3
was
weeks.
yeah, it
I
was
mean,
literally torture. Like
he
every
didn't.
week they wouldn't say
He
shit.
didn't even
I'm like, what the
tweet.
hell?
He
You're
didn't
gonna leave it in the dark too?
Instagram.
He didn't even go
He didn't
on
do
any social
nothing.
media.
Yeah.
None.
I
And
mean,
And I'm thinking,
I don't understand.
I hope you're
I
okay.
don't understand. Your wrestler is injured. Why can't you just be honest with the audience and say, look, he is not going to perform. He is out
Hmm.
for a number of months, and keep it
Yeah.
moving. Why are
Exactly.
you dancing around the issue? There
right,
should be no issue with it. He's
Exactly.
not
There
coming
shouldn't
to
be
the
issue.
garden. He
No.
can't get on a plane. He's going to be deemed unflyable, and he can't deal with that pressure in the cabin with his shoulder like that.
no,
Oh
So
No,
hell
he
no.
can't.
you know he's
thank
not
you
flying
all.
to New York City. He's not going
No.
to perform in the show. So
No.
Mm-mm.
forget
He's not.
about it.
He's
Exactly.
not. He's not.
So forget about it. Move on and bring somebody else out from the curtain, and that's it.
Exactly.
They're
Exactly.
not freaking superhuman.
No.
Right.
Sorry.
I
No.
mean, it's like Byron Saxton acts like he's the boss of Lashley. He's
Oh
gonna
please.
perform.
Oh
He's gonna
please.
perform.
Oh
I was like,
please.
really? You gonna tell Lashley
You
that?
gotta tell. You gotta
He's
tell.
gonna
I dare you
tell.
to
Let
tell
him
that to
start it
Lashley in
out.
his face. I dare you to tell that to Lashley in his face and see
He's
what he
Yeah.
gonna
does to
tell
you.
Lashley that.
I dare you to tell Lashley that. That kind
Yeah,
of
no,
tone in
they
your
won't.
voice.
Hmm.
I was like, that is not happening. That's not happening.
Nope.
Not
And
at
you
all.
could forget it. You could have any kind of tone you want in your voice. That ain't happening.
It's not
Yeah.
happening.
Nope.
Sorry.
Nope.
That's like that's not happening. So
Mhm.
I already know that from Jump Street. So you're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody here.
We're not
Come on,
finger popping each other's assholes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are just ridiculous. I mean, the way he was talking last night, like he's the boss of him or something like, and he's gonna perform in the garden. I was like, oh really? Just like
Really?
when
Yeah, right.
who
Okay.
died and who
Okay.
died and left you? Who died and left you, boss of WWE?
I would believe MVP before I believe him, and MVP ain't saying nothing.
Right.
I mean, come on. Is it his surgeon that's saying he's going to perform? No.
Is it his doctor,
Come
his
on.
surgeon, his surgeon team?
I
No.
was like, come
Oh
on,
my
man.
God.
Be
Yeah.
for real. I couldn't get over that tone last night. I was like, wow. Very, very bossy, aren't we? Bossy much?
And you pretty much just guaranteed people who are going to be in that building that Bobby Lashley is going to perform. They're going
Mhm.
they're going to be pissed off if he doesn't. And I'm going to go ahead and say
They're
this.
trying to amp the fans up so they can think he's really gonna be there, when in reality he's not.
Right.
He's
Right.
not gonna be there. He's not
No,
gonna
he's not.
perform. And I
Yeah.
wish he would have. It wouldn't have came out of his stupid mouth and said that. I was like, that was ridiculous. When I heard him say that, let me tell you something. If I was backstage and I was in Gorilla and I was listening on the headset and he was saying that, the minute the commercial break when it came on, I said, I'm gonna take you back to the woodshed. Come
Yes.
back here. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you for a second. Come here.
Yep.
You don't
Oh
talk
my
like that
goodness.
on television. You don't talk like that on television.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
Don't promise something that you cannot deliver.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Because it makes you look ridiculous.
Mhm.
It makes you look
Well,
ridiculous.
I gotta go make some dinner, everybody. I didn't realize what time it was.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
yeah. I gotta finish my dinner too.
This is the longest podcast we've ever done.
Ooh.
We broke a record.
We did. We did. I'm like, oh shit, it's almost 5
Oh, yeah.
o'clock.
Yeah, it's almost 5. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna eat dinner soon.
I looked outside. I went to look, and my girlfriend's here. I'm like, what time is it? Oh my god.
You know what? When you
You
talk
know
about
that's what
something so
that's what
passionate,
happens.
the time goes.
That's what happens when you have good friends and good company.
Yes.
You will talk and talk and talk and talk and
Yeah.
talk and talk until the time and the sand just goes right out of it.
Yeah.
It goes
Uh,
straight through you like this.
right.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
People
did
on
that with
YouTube.
I did that with my neighbor once. We talked for 5 hours and 22 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And I looked and I turned around and I was like, oh boy, I missed my appointment. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to have to cancel now.
We're gonna have to cancel now.
Whoops.
Uh,
Sir, why are you canceling your appointment? Oh, I'm doing the YouTube thing.
We're talking about wrestling.
We're talking about wrestling.
Priorities. We got priorities, people.
Well, you're gonna have to pay a cancellation fee.
no, that's fine.
Take it out.
Oh, that's fine.
That's okay.
$16.50, no problem. I'll pay it tomorrow.
Yeah. There
Okay.
we go.
Put that on my next bill.
Let it
Yeah. Just bill me.
Thank
Exactly.
you so much, everybody. This was so much
Yeah,
fun.
this was fun. Thank
Always
you
a
guys.
pleasure.
I hope
It's always a
everybody have a good evening, and
You
I'm heading to Bridgeport tomorrow night. So
Have fun tomorrow.
Have fun.
Look for
Yeah.
you.
yeah. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good night.
You
You
too.
too.
Bye,
You too.
everybody.
Bye. Have a good night.
See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.